Okay, we'll see if this works, okay? There's no guarantees that this actually works. There's a chance that everything breaks, but I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I've done this before. That was a few months ago. The reason I don't do it more often is because my computer can't handle the load. So normally, like, I can handle big loads, my computer can't. So if you're ever wondering why does Pilot not stream on YouTube, it's my computer just can't handle it. So that is the main reason. We're playing Backtrack Badge. So because, I left for a couple weeks, I figured, hey, if I'm back, let's play Backtrack Badge. Do you get it? I'm back. Guess who's back? Pilot's back. So yeah, we're playing Backtrack Badge decks. Obviously, number one is Unfezant. The problem with Unfezant is that I went 0-3 because I flipped 5 tails in a row, and that didn't work. And yeah, just buy 2 computers. Hey, if streaming on YouTube takes off, then for sure I'll buy a better computer. I'll tape 2 computers together and we'll go from there. But it's hard to, get chat figured out and everything, but it should work. So Backtrack Badge, it has to be colorless and it has to flip coins. You can reflip. BDCGL randomly put a lot of work into the animation for it for some reason. So that's interesting, but I'll be doing a few streams. I'll be doing a few streams between now and like September 1st, and then I might stop because 30th celebration is the 15th. But everything is out of whack right now. Literally everything is out of whack because we know the full 30th celebration set list. My original plan was, I'll wait until September 1st. I'll start posting all my 30th celebration preview videos on September 1st. But guess what happened? The entire freaking set list is known. We know every single freaking card in 30th celebration, so I'll have my top 10 on Wednesday probably, and then like Friday or Saturday is going to be the full set list review, and then I'll do my three normal deck videos, and then I'll do the videos that I was using to expose myself to as many people as possible. So it is just so random that we know all the cards. Like, we already know about this Iggly buff. Like this is this is a playable card in 30th celebration. Hang on. This is a playable card. Just play some Battle Cage, Zero Energy, Brave Bangle. This is Relicanth on steroids. Well, I guess it's not. I guess it's not Relicanth on steroids. I guess it's not Relicanth on steroids, but it's like you can do 210 damage with Iggly buff. Oh, bench Pokemon. Never mind, 180. But if you have Area 0, you can have 4 Iggly buff, 4 Badoo, 4 Smoochum, and go crazy. Just go crazy. So yeah, obviously you'll need to play like Battle Cage and stuff, but it's a funny card that will be playable next year with Azurill. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm planning on doing, and it's like I don't think Iggly buff will be in the top 10. Neither will Hydreigon, but like these are the cards that are in 30th celebration, and I'm having a lot of trouble coming up with the top 10 because it's like there's Mew EX and Unknown, and then Greninja EX, and then it's like I have to find 7 other cards. And you're like, Illumise tripling weakness is fine, but where does it fit in the thing? And Oinky, thank you for the sub, and thank you everyone who subbed on Twitch, except for Sunny, because Sunny's the worst. But yeah, I'm just trying to get caught up here. And Iggly buff. No. This is not how it goes. Oh, and hang on, I got to resize the chat box. It's a little bigger than I was anticipating. All right, so hang on, we got to embiggen it. There we go. See, pro streamer is able to fix things on the fly. Except when my fly is down, then we got to go from there. All right, I'm sorry, we've wasted too much time. We're gonna jump right in with Unfezant. I had the worst luck of my life testing this, so it did not go well. And I also started at 1566 or something, or 1576 or something, because I did the wrong thing of being good at Pokemon cards. I guess I'll put the counter over there. I don't know. Let me know if you want me to change the position of the counter, because I have to embiggen the chat to. I have to embiggen the chat to make room for the YouTube audience, because there's so many people, extra people that are going to be here. And apparently things are working. There's 44 people watching on YouTube, so Twitch is still beating them off slightly. And this is about what I anticipated was going to happen today. But this is actually really good, except for the Mega Greninja. Mega Greninja is a massive problem. But yeah, Sunny, I'll raid you today, Sunny. How about that? Dayron, thank you for the Prime sub. And yeah, Oinky, thanks for the sub. And then Mark, as always. But we have to remember, this is not going to be a normal occurrence. And Gibraltar, thank you for the kind words. Hopefully I haven't, Hog Cranka. Hopefully I haven't, soiled someone's mind, your son's mind. Hopefully your son hasn't started saying suck my butt to you whenever you ask him for something. But no, this is actually a really good hand. You might look at this hand and be like, I'd rather have a foot. This is actually a good starting hand. As long as I have Fan Rotom. As long as Fan Rotom is in the deck, we are fine. And are you ready for the most boring time of your life? No, you're not going to do things with me. Okay, here we go. Risky Ruins, Fan Rotom. This takes a lot longer than you think. It is actually kind of boring having to wait for all this. Oh, I should have put the Joltik down first. Okay, this is the problem with dual streaming is I have to cater to the YouTube audience, and the YouTube audience, they demand a little bit more from me, and that is, tricky, like a gym, is I do lose focus a little bit, because now I gotta focus on 2 different chats at once. I gotta actually pay attention to what I'm doing, and I will upload this to the VODs channel as normal, so this will be deleted from the main channel, I guess tomorrow when I remember to do it, and then I'll put all the deck lists on the VOD channel. I think I put a couple in the description. But it takes a long time. It just takes a very, very long time, and then I want to go Petrel for Air Balloon. I could go for Secret Box, but that's boring. That's boring. We're going to go Shaymin, which is actually perfect in this matchup because I absolutely need Shaymin to stop Terra Greninja. I faced this matchup earlier, and Terra Greninja absolutely chewed up my butt. And yes, I know you could have taken the knockout with Fan Rotom. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And Hog, you started watching me during Surging Sparks. That's like 3 years ago. Oh, I got 2 years ago. How bad is Pult? It's so much worse. So much worse than you can possibly imagine. Yeah, they have to, oh, they're going for Fan Rotom. Wait, do you realize that I just knocked you out? I'm not sure you should have done that, but okay. All right, let's go for the Galvantula, I guess, just to have it. I have another Air Balloon. I would like, obviously, to get an energy or something, because then I can knock out anybody. So I have 2 options here. I can Petrel, but I don't have Backtrack Badge. So I can't take any back shots right now. The Galvantula is good to go. I think I just want energy and knock out the Tatsugiri. Hey, we got Backtrack Badge. All right, so yeah, just energy, knock out the Tatsugiri. Backtrack Badge in case they have Unfair Stamp. I've been watching since Prismatic. Hey, if you've been watching since my... what set was Dragapult in? Twilight Masquerade. If you've been watching since Twilight Masquerade, press 1, because apparently YouTube pushed that video live to a bunch of people recently, and I get a lot of, oh, this aged poorly. This is not, this is like your ex-wife. It didn't age well. It's like, yes, that was 2 rotations ago. But what I've noticed, where the hell did I put it? There it is, there it is. So I was doing my 1-0, baby, haven't even flipped a coin. 1-0, haven't even flipped a coin. So I was doing my previews. This might be card number 5. I'm not sure if this should be card number 5 in the top 10, but once you get past the top 3 of Mew, Greninja, and Unknown, it's just kind of like I can put the next 7 in any order. Like Pikachu is going to be number 4, which I don't agree with, but apparently Mega Ray is the number 1 deck. All right, so yeah, we want to go second. But this card is going to make Dragapult better, probably more than Slowking. Yeah, what about the one-eyed monster? So I was thinking about this. There's the Eevee that evolves immediately. You put the Eevee in the active, it can evolve immediately. And then you have Miraculous Shine. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, this is a terrible start. I guess I have to put the Pidove down. So one thing you have to realize is that this deck, there's some problems. There's some issues here. All right, well, I think, honestly, I just want to go for the Joltik, then I'll put the Pidove down, but then I can thin the deck of, you know, triple Unfezant. Yeah, sure. I know I shouldn't, but let's do it anyway. But what you have to realize is there is no rare candy in the deck. I will show you Pidove's ability, but there is no rare candy in the deck. And yes, I'll talk about that in a second, because that is something we have to talk about. But once during your turn, if this Pokemon's HP remaining is 30 or less, you can just evolve directly into Unfezant or a card that doesn't exist. But as a result, you don't play rare candy, so if you start a Pidove, sucks to be you. If you start a Pidove, you shouldn't have done that. But the whole thing with Unfezant is that if you flip a coin and it's heads, it's unbeatable. You can't beat it off. You know, it's not like me on a Friday night. You can't beat it off no matter how much you pay. All right, so let's go Unfezant, because then I can get Air Balloon and go from there. But I made several. Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't know that things are happening on YouTube. Benjamin, I'm sorry I missed your message. Apparently, I'm missing everyone's messages because Trust Your Pellet can't read. But Benjamin, thank you for the money. $5 US equals like $20 Canadian. So I appreciate that. And no, we're just playing for fun because I did take a bit of a break. I took a break. Took a bit of a breaks in. All right, so they're playing this thing. Oh, also, I couldn't even use Pidove's ability with Fluttermane there. All right, so yeah, let's Prism Tower away somebody I don't need, which I guess is going to be Shaymin? Or I guess a Joltik at this point. So I can use their Prism Tower kind of against them here. Ursaluna might be my win condition, though, so we have to be very careful of that. Oh, God. No, it has to be Lilies and hope for Air Balloon energy. I mean, I'll take a Backtrack Badge, but that's less good. Okay, in this situation, I think the correct move is to just attach to the Unfezant, because odds are that Pidove's getting knocked out. And because, I'm doing too many things, okay? Let me just finish up my thought, okay? Jeez. Take it down a notch. But yeah, so Dragapult's probably going to use Espeon. That's what I'm going to get at, is Dragapult is probably going to use Espeon more than Slowking, and that's going to be bad. But yes, Spencer Aragatti, thank you for letting me know it's still there. I always forget. And no, I will not be doing viewer battles because I just want to be on the ladder and let strangers beat me off. I don't like, it's not as fun when people you know beat you off. I'd rather get some strange on the internet. Okay, so I need to figure things out because I'm a boomer. As we all know, I am a boomer. I do boomer things. Muhammad, what's the best time to apply foot lotion? There's never a bad time. Uncle Jesse, make it the whole screen. God, I got to figure out this dual streaming thing. You know, I'm a boomer. Back in my day, we had one channel. Okay, we had one channel and it was the news. And then, well, we had a second channel, but that was, you had to pay extra for, and there was adult content on there. Yeah, boomer, it's not easy. This newfangled technology of streaming, us boomers, we're not used to this, okay? You can't get mad at me for not knowing how to do basic things when this technology was introduced like 15 years ago, okay? All right, well, I guess I'd go for let's just go for it. What's the point of waiting? Let's go Pidove, retreat. I don't think I care about the Fluttermane, but no, we're going to save all the bosses for later. And then, of course, I would have gotten the stupid Air Balloon because I didn't believe in the fart of the cards. Because I'm him. I'm him, and I don't know what I'm doing. All right, here we go. First coin flip of the stream. Are you ready? I went 0 for my last 5. Oh, God. Oh, please no. Please no. And here's the fancy dancy screen. It's like when the rock, paper, scissors screen appears for the first time. You're like, whoa, they actually put work into it. Okay, I need to flip heads. Thank you. We're 1-1. I will keep track as best to my ability, but I might get distracted by people posting about toes and talking about when the best time to lotion is. Yeah, there's more people watching on YouTube than on Twitch. Yeah, but that's because the Twitch audience is used to me and they're like, oh, I don't want to watch Pilot anymore. We're playing Backtrack Badge all night. So decks with Backtrack Badge, there's Lugia, there's Kangaskhan, there's Audino, there's Unfezant. There's actually a Kukleon. And Luke, thanks for the sub. There's actually a Kukleon with pretty much the exact same attack. It just does less damage and costs 1 more energy. But it's a basic. So I have that built as well. And yeah, they got the boss's orders. That is what I found in this matchup, is that... Oh my god! Just have everything. Just have the nuts in your butts. Okay, that's fine. Just get rid of all my Backtrack Badge and knock out my Unfezant. Well, I'm quote unquote back, right? I'm not back. I'm not back to my normal schedule. Spooge Nozzles got it right. But yeah, just the bosses is annoying. The Tool Scrapper, who the hell's playing Tool Scrapper? But as long as I find my 4th Backtrack Badge, or I just flip heads naturally, we'll be fine. But yeah, the Twitch audience, I'm a known commodity. On YouTube, people are just, looking at me out of curiosity. It's like when you see someone with massive feet, right? You're just like, damn, I wish I had those. And then you start salivating and it's like, oh yeah, yeah, show me them feet. That's what I'm trying to get at here. All right, let's just go for Petrel for the last Backtrack Badge, assuming it's not prized. There we go. We are fine. And fun fact, if they use the Sinistcha, I can evolve this guy into the Unfezant. Yeah, they were stream sniping. Oh, see, when you get it raw, nothing feels better than when you get it raw. So I didn't have to attach the Backtrack Badge there. Damn straight, Trev, man. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But what you'll notice is the Twitch audience knows that I lose my train of thought because I hear the word train and I'm like, hey, can I make a run a train joke? Ha ha ha. I'm so mature for my age of 69. But on YouTube, everyone is just, they're curious. They're curious if they want to buy into what I'm selling on this channel. So you might say they're buy curious. Good God. But this is what I noticed is you have to be able to affect their hand. There you go. You have to be able to affect their hand. Otherwise, it's kind of not great. And I would take the knockout with Fan Rotom and not believe in the heart of the cards. But the issue with that strategy is that I have to believe in the heart of the cards. All right, let's get both of these. Let's set up the Fan Rotom and the Pidove, I guess, just to have everybody ready to go. So if they do decide to pull Sinistcha, then at least we have a chancey here. And let's go Prism Tower. I could also set up a Galvantula, but I think that ship has sailed. Because this guy would only do 130 to a Delmize, 180 to everybody else. But I think I'm just going to have to save up for the Bloodmoon Ursaluna and just go from there. Super Smash Drop, what's my draw engine? Who needs a draw engine when your opponent never takes prize? Oh, God. Would you like to flip? Yes. Who needs a draw engine when your draw engine is, oh, good God, the top deck of your deck, because you're never going to get knocked out. What do you mean, what's your draw engine? It's my top deck and the prizes that I'm going to take. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Twitch is like a membership club. And yeah, they've already won. I don't think my Ursaluna stands any sort of chancey here. But yeah, we're taking back shots all day. So the Unfezant, you never die. That's the whole strategy. You just use Swift Flight and you never die. That's it. Venture Bomb, well, you could flip heads on Venture Bomb and then that's bad. Right? You can also play, the big bunny. The bunny that does the thing. You can play that one too. All right, so in this situation, I think I just go for a Dunsparce. But there's no shot, right? There's no shot I win this game, so let's just let's just show you how badly I don't got this. There's a bosses. Let's bosses the, I mean, I guess just a Dunsparce. And then I'll put the air balloon there. We'll go Poké Pad, because I'm just trying to thin out as much as I possibly can right now. But that's only if you flip tails, right? You have to have, not only do you have to have it in the active, but you have to flip tails. So Risky Ruins is at least guaranteed and you have some control over it. With Venture Bomb, if you flip 4 heads, then you're screwed. And also it has to be in the active. So you have to have the Pidove in the active and flip tails and then activate the ability, or just Risky Ruins. So it's just too much risk for not enough reward, eh? But if I missed any messages on YouTube, for some reason it's not showing like all the chat. But Twitch audience, I just want to mention that you're getting your backs blown out here by the YouTube audience. The YouTube audience is clapping your cheeks right now. Okay, so we want to get rid of everything. I don't know if I don't think I can play with my balls. As much as I want to, I don't think playing with my balls is an option right now. Yeah, there's no balls that can be tickled right now, which is unfortunate. But let's just, yeah, we'll get this. We'll thin as much as I can out of the deck to hope for that Ursaluna. So we'll get you. We'll burn the gear, because I also need to attach an energy to the Ursaluna, which is another not cool thing. Well, we got it. We got it. What do we have after doing this? Well, I told you we weren't going to win. So yeah, they'll two-shot my Ursaluna, and then that'll be game. But yeah, Twitch audience, you're losing to YouTube. Oh, hot dog buns. Thank you. See, this is the boomer part. So yeah, I got to change it from top chat to live chat, right? Live chat should be, is that something you change or is that something I change? Because that is something that I changed. And oh, I would love to play GLC, but you see, we only have this one game called the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. But you'll notice that you can't do expanded or expanded friend battles. You know, the game's only been out for 4.5 years, in development for 6. And it's not like the game it replaced had that very basic feature. And you're not lying. Thank you. GLCD's nuts go into your mouth. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've lost this game. I can't even attack. I can go into the Pidove. And that is a thing that I can do. You hurt your foot. Well, there's a very easy way. Did you know that saliva from your mouth is a natural healer? So put 2 and 2 together. And I'm learning so much about YouTube that you can give me money for doing nothing, which is my favorite feature. And also that, oh God. And that, you know, I got to do live chat. And no, Trevman, I taught her. You know, half of what she knows, she learned from me. Spencer Arrogatti, it does not have to be. It's actually better when it's someone else's, because it's like, it interacts with your natural juices. Yeah, this is exactly what happened every time I played Unfezant. It didn't work. But luckily, I'm tracking coin flips, and I'm not tracking wins and losses, because we'd have a lot of losses. But I did have a lot of success with Lugia. It was mostly just Kangaskhan, but Lugia. But just, yes, I will try to set up vertical streaming as well. That's another thing. Oh my God. What's the old tweet that I sent out like last year? You either start Ursaluna or it's prized. That's it. Those are your 2 options. No, I took the trip. The thing is because I had planned the trip, I had booked the tickets, I scheduled the surgery for, you know, extra toe surgery. And we lose this matchup as well. We lose most matchups. The problem is that I scheduled everything before the release date for Pitch Black was known. So when they announced that Pitch Black was, July 16th, and I had scheduled my vacation for, the 24th of July or whatever it was, well, that kind of threw a wrench in the problem there. All right, so I need Shaymin and Fan Rotom, but this Ursaluna is just going to kind of die slowly. This dude's just kind of going to die slowly, so that's fun. Oh, I guess I get Secret Box. Oh, God, I don't want to get Secret Box. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have another option here. So let's go. If I go Poké Pad for Fan Rotom. Oh, geez. Yeah, because I don't have a switch card. All I have is Air Balloon. You know what? I think this is what I do. I believe this is what I do. I don't know if it's correct, but it's what we're doing. Let's go for Risky Ruins, Air Balloon, Lilies, and Poffin. But what if they got it all like that? There's a very good chance they just got it like that. Let's take a risk. There's no shot they have a turn 2 Kyurem. All right, so Poffin and Joltik first. And then we go, Risky Ruins, Fan Rotom. And then if I don't get my butt blown out this turn, I'm actually in a decent spot. Not a great spot, but like a decent one. So that'll go there. We'll get all the dudes. This is my biggest issue with the deck, is that PDC Gel is very slow. Each Risky Ruins has to activate. You have to use the ability for each Pidove. The game will break slightly and hide the hit point counter. So it's a very slow process. You might say that my deck is slow king. All right, so in this situation, I probably actually should have gone for Crispin, to be fair. Well, let's go Air Balloon on the active, Energy on this guy. And yeah, we're all set up for a decent turn too. I just obviously didn't get the Shaymin. But I can go attach to the Ursaluna, retreat into the Joltik, power up 2 Unfezant. It's obviously, if they just have the turn 2 Kyurem, I'm really screwed. But this is what I was talking about. Espeon and Slowking. I ran through all the scenarios, and Dragapult, Espeon doesn't really help, because you can't Kyurem 3 Dragapult. You can Kyurem 1. We're never getting Unfezant EX. Yeah, that's the nice thing, is they can't do that, but they can Kyurem twice. Okay. All right. Still, both of my wins, we didn't flip a single coin. But I was doing I was going through the motions here. And you look at Dragapult. Dragapult, Miraculous Shine doesn't really help. It's like Zoroark, right? The Zoroark matchup for Slowking, that gets a lot better. And then, the Festival Lead matchup doesn't get fixed because, they already get knocked out anyway. You're going to make me do it, aren't you? You're going to make me do it. You keep talking like you keep donating me money on YouTube. You're going to make me bust. All right. And I started Pidove. Great. This is Wheat 2. This is Wheat 2 in Japan. So again, with the freaking Delmise deck. Do I think it will be meta? It's so tough to say because people in Japan are playing it. It doesn't mean it's actually good because they don't have PDC GL. It's a completely different format with no 30th celebration yet. It's overperforming, let's say, to say the least. It is overperforming. And I would probably, if you can put enough time into Testicle Festival, I'd pick Festival Lead because it is so strong. But Mega Lucario's made quite a resurgence. Yeah, Espeon's pretty good. Espeon's probably going to be best in Dragapult. But yeah, so there you go. Mega Rayquaza is the #1 deck in Japan right now. And that could be a very good thing, just because the gym battles are mostly for fun. Like, there's 4 to 8 people. It's not like a huge thing. but Mega Ray is number one. And I've talked about why you can't necessarily trust the Japanese results right now. Good God, I prized you, Pidove. All right, this is fine. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is great. I don't know why you're concerned. I'm going to get everything that I need, okay? Everything is great. I'm going to get the Unfezant. They're not going to have the turn 2 everything. I'm going to get the turn 1 Joltik, but, you know, naturally, Trust Your Pilot prized everything he freaking needed. Did not get the Air Balloon. All right, you are not playing the freaking Tool Scrapper, okay? In this one, no. I think maybe in the other one, because I have a Dragapult list that will play right after this, because this is going terribly, and I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the YouTube audience. They expect me to be unbeatable. You know, the YouTube audience expects me to be the greatest. You know, they watch my videos like, wow, you've never lost a game, Pilot. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I'm that good. I am him. But then they watch me live and it's like, wait, are you saying his videos are edited and he's not perfect? I mean, he looks perfect. Wait, did they just thank you? Thank you? Because Unfezant has free retreat. So they just activated the ability. Thank you. I appreciate your face. Your face, I enjoy looking at it. All right, well, let's save all this stuff. I probably don't want to put the Joltik down. All right, so let's go attach to this guy. I don't want to use Lillies in this situation. I just want to get a backshot badge. Because if I use Lillies in this situation, there's a chance I draw into all my energy, and that's bad. We don't want to do that ahead of a Joltik where you have to get 2 of each. But naturally, Pilot prized everything. So let's go. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do here. I just have to thin out the deck. Go 1, 2, 1, 2. She only plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, yeah, because obviously if she plays Yu-Gi-Oh! That means she can read. You don't want to be in a relationship with someone smarter than you. They have all the power and they can win arguments. So that's, oh. Okay, well, they're still only doing 30 damage, so they would need a Prism Tower. But you'll notice that because my ranking was so good, because before I went on my break, I played Mega Darkrai, and that deck was insanely good for no reason. And my ranking got up to like the 1600s, and then now we're just facing Delmai's decks all day and Greninja and Dragapult. Now we're just losing because these are the worst matchups. So this is realistically a 1400s deck that I'm playing close to the 1600s, which I shouldn't be doing. But we'll switch to the Dragapult build. You know, we'll go over to the dark side, but it's mostly for Drakloak, okay? It's mostly for Drakloak and Crispin. That's the way it's supposed to work, okay? Don't use bosses. Don't use bosses. Don't you do it. Don't put your finger in there. Kinda, that's not where fingers go. Hey, thank you. Wait, they still didn't have it? Wow. They only have 2 sneakers. Okay, well, I can win this game if we just flip heads. That's it. I literally win the game if we just flip heads every single turn. What could be more easier than that? All right, well, yeah, let's just, there's nothing to do. It's just, if I flip heads every turn, I win. If I flip a tails, if I go double tails at any point, I lose. So let's go, no. We are 3-3. And you've been enjoying Grimmsnarl? I mean, hey, a de-evolution card's coming back. If you didn't see, de-evolution's coming back. Grimmsnarl's missed it. Grimmsnarl's missed a de-evolution effect. But I have this tingling in the back of my feet that Espeon is going to be put in Dragapult, and they're going to find a way to abuse it. They should never have socks on in the first place. What does Unfezant do again? It's immune to damage and effects of attacks. So if you flip heads, it is immune to everything. Hey, don't bash. Oh, I don't think they realize what it does. Don't bash Canada. Our prime minister is dating Katy Perry. Okay, that's like Donald Trump dating Dolly Parton or something. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, again, the deck just runs itself. You asked earlier, what's the draw engine? The draw engine is your top deck and your oh crap. We gotta flip again. We gotta flip again, please. I just need 50%. Thank you. If I just go 50% for the rest of the game, I win. And that is why this won some tournaments in Japan. That's why I think I featured it in the Road Decks video. I don't think it was old decks with new cards. I think I put it in the Road Decks video. But if I hadn't taken that, 2-week break, I would have played this 2 weeks ago because it is one of the more successful decks. And what I can't do is I can't ever attack with Fan Rotom. Because if I attack with Fan Rotom and they have bosses, they just knock out Unfezant. So Unfezant, I always have to attack with it. And as you'll recall, something really fun happened. Where I prized two... something really fun happened where I prized 2 Pidove. And I started 1 as well, which is just great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We got this one. YouTube audience, this is the fun stuff that I don't post. Because you have to remember that I curate. I take the 3 or 4 best games and make them into a YouTube video. So, like, I probably, with Unfezant, I would include the games where I went 0 for 10 because I know how much you like it when I fail at life, right? But like a long game where I'm flipping 100 coins, that's boring. So the reason you see most of my wins in the videos as opposed to my losses, which I do throw in from, see, couldn't take the chancey. But oh God, I have to take a huge chance right now, don't I? I think I should put the Galvantula down. That's what a coward would do. A coward would put the Galvantula down, but oh. I also prized my 3rd Joltik. That was fun. All right, well, let's just put the Joltik down. Yes, I'm a coward. I'm sorry. Right, let's get the Galvantula. And then I have, sure, let's go Poké Pad. Thin out the Patrat. Prism Tower away. Patrat Risky Ruins. Draw nothing. Hey, we got our Lilies. All right, and then Risky Ruins. I still haven't taken a prize card yet. And we still got the Galvantula back. That's good. All right, here we go. Again, I cannot lose this game if I always flip heads with Swift Flight. We got this. We absolutely so freaking got this. The only thing that can cost me the game at this point is if I misclick on Backshot Badge. And there's the Joltik. And Rick Sanchez, well, that's the thing, is you look at the Japanese results, and Hide and Sneak is off the list. Hide and Sneak is not in the top 10. Right? It's off. And Lucario, don't pay too much attention to the resurgence of Lucario. Mew EX is going to ruin everything, unfortunately. But I still think Mega Ray is going to drop. But 30th Celebration is going to make a huge change. 30th Celebration is going to change the meta massively just because of Mew. And that is what I'm, betting my butt on, is that Mew is going to be the change that we all deserve to see. What do I think is the best deck? Oh, Dragapult's by far the best deck. Dragapult is by far the best deck in the world. It will continue to be the best deck in the world. It's very boring, but it's number 1 because it has draw and power. All right. House Festival Lead only 3.8 because everyone's playing Mega Ray. I flipped heads, by the way. Sorry, I keep trying to. No. Don't be bad. Don't be bad. We have to remember, there's nothing at stake. There is nothing at stake for Mega Ray. Everyone can just play Mega Ray and have fun. And Professor, oh, that's my number 2 card. Number 1 is Mew. Number 2 is Unknown. Number 3 is Greninja. So that'll be hopefully on Wednesday. And Spencer, Eric, Addy, remember, those don't those Kieran and Black Belt don't work on non-EXs. So you have to kind of hope for Risky Ruins to put 20 on Delmise, and then that puts it in range of Swift Flight. But yeah, they're more for fun. They're not truly competitive. We have to wait for the actual, like, when money's on the line. What are the chances of that? Very, very low. I would not put much stock into Iron Thorns winning Worlds. Because Iron Thorns doesn't have the great... Iron Thorns does not have the greatest Dragapult matchup. And we lost. We just went 0-2. But I still have Ursaluna somewhere. And I'm out of Pidove. Oh, I guess I could have eaten some Sacred Ass, but that's fine. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see what was right in front of me. But yeah, that's the thing, is if Mega Ray is real and Mega Ray does become a top 1, 2, or 3 deck, then everyone's just going to play Mega Magnetric, right? There's a Tapu Koko that can knock out Mega Ray fairly easily. The 2 new Pikachu, which they showed off the regular images today, which I can whip out real quick. Press 1 if you want me to whip it out real quick. But, like, these guys one-shot Mega Ray as well, and they're very playable. Everyone's typing 1. So that's the other thing, is like there's a Tapu Koko that one-shots Mega Ray for 2 energy. Mega Magnetric is just a nightmare for it. And Perrin, I think you just rely on Lilies and hope. Right? I think you just rely on Lilies and hope, and yeah, that's bad. But hey, you're right, they're out of Delmise maybe. So there's so many ways that Mega Ray is not going to be super successful. There's just so many. Oh, hello. All right, press 1 if you want to see me eat some Sacred Ass. All right, so there we go. Let's just get all the dudes back in so I don't... Actually, no, let's not, because I don't want to... Yeah, let's just go there. Yeah, Perrin's a bad card. Perrin is a trash card that people should never play. Let's go Poké Pad for the Pidove. We have the Ursaluna, so that's really good. And then Risky Ruins, Pidove down. So I might actually win this game. And the absolute Galvantula disrespect here is amazing. All right, so let's go Petrel. Probably should have used that Prism Tower, but whatever. And then let's get the back shots. Well, the thing with Terapagos is you have to play 3 different types of energy. So that is the one downside. I think Mega Magnetric is just better because Mega Magnetric has a good matchup against Dragapult, is what I found. And it's going to have a good matchup against Mega Lucario because of Mew EX. So 2 of these are Pidove, by the way. 2 of these are Pidove. But that's the thing, is there's a lot of things that I have to do because, like I said, I'm pushing back the videos I plan to start on like the 20th to probably September 1st because I was going to do a bunch of evergreen videos. Because, you know, if I post a gameplay video for Unfezant, that's not going to be... I mean, that's not going to be like, oh, it's going to get 10,000 views every year for the next 10 years until we're all enslaved by AI to, you know, make TikToks that make them happy, right? It's not going to get 10,000 views every year. It's going to get 10,000 views this year and then like 20 views next year because the format's evolved. With evergreen stuff, it's stuff that can be like, oh, it's going to get 10,000 views every year because it doesn't get aged out. The gaming channel needs to come back. No, the gaming channel is dead. The gaming channel is very, very dead. YouTube unmonetized it. To let you know just how dead it is, YouTube unmonetized it. And my thoughts on Matangbot, I mean, there's a bunch of different things I could have done. I could have done, you know, Glass Trumpet, could have done, you know, Meganium. It's just, these are the most simplest ways, you know, Smoochum could have been another option. So there's a bunch of things I could have done. But, you know, at a certain point, you gotta hold yourself back. All right, well, we're back in the same old position. If I can just flip heads, I will win. Nope. We gotta flip it. Okay, would you like to flip again? Yes, please. I win the game if I just flip heads like 3 more times. See, this is what the YouTube audience misses out on. Is this not the gaming channel? Hang on, did I accidentally go live in the gaming channel? I should be on the main channel. See, this is why Unfezant is bad. So we'll still play the Dragapult one. And this is the kind of stuff that you don't see. This is the kind of stuff you see on the VODs channel. This is not the stuff you see on the main channel. How did I only get 325 XP for that? That's crap. All right, so we'll go Unfezant, Joltik. Let's go Unfezant, Drakloak. Pretty much the same deck, just Crispin instead of, other things. And Benjamin, so you're saying that the YouTube audience is cooler than the Twitch audience? And they hit me with the thumbs down. And, oh, man. Parkins, yeah, this is going to be great. FM Boss, I mean, yeah, you have me on incognito mode, because, I mean, obviously you have to hide me from other people so you don't spoil the special sauce. But then the other stuff you have on your regular tabs, right? But what I held off on doing is I'm supposed to, Twitch keeps telling me, you got to set up vertical streaming, Pilot. Hey, Pilot, you got to set up vertical streaming. Okay, good. We got the Shaymin start. That's good. But my computer is already freaking out. Like, to be completely honest with you, my computer is not happy right now. And it's Slowking again, but I started Shaymin, which is terrible. And I have an unplayable hand, which is also great. And Lion, I looked at that. So I looked at every single colorless Pokemon with the word flip in their name. And yeah, there was like Watchhog, there's Kecleon, there's, things, there's a Stoutland that you flip 3 coins. You can put 3 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. So you can create a troll deck, a stall deck, control deck, whatever with Stoutland, just retrieving all your cards, like every Crushing Hammer, you can get 3 Crushing Hammer back a turn. All right, so let's go. I mean, I started the Shaymin, so I may as well just go for it at this point. So there's a lot of things, but when I'm only playing for 3 hours, at a certain point, I had to call it, right? Because I wanted to showcase Lugia. I'm very excited about Lugia. I want to see how that does. Kangaskhan's probably going to end up being the best. And let's just thin everybody out of the deck. At this point, we'll just get everybody out of the deck. And I prized 2 Unfezant, but that's fine. That's totally fine. I probably should have checked, but if you don't know, we don't do that here. Checking your deck is for nerds. We don't do that here. All right, so we have to assume they're going to knock out the Shaymin, which is really bad, because then I have to go up with the Tranquil. So I'll attach to the oh, God. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, leave a like on YouTube. And Stoutland for Legendary Summit. But the problem is I've talked about all the badness with the dual stadiums, and they're literally not seeing any play. The Healing Stadium and the Prize Denial Stadium, 0 play in Japan. The Iron Thorns, Lava Lake shutting off evolution abilities, yes. Because I think Mega Lucario is a really good partner, because Mega Lucario doesn't need abilities, and it helps against Drakloak. And Hot Dog Buns, Mega Chandelure. Someone don't. Thank you. Yes, let me know, because it's not popping up here. Ed Boy, thank you for the $2. That is, again, that's like $6 Canadian. That is at least a spritz. That is a spritz of my high German quality foot lotion. And when I am lotioning my feet, I will be thinking of you, Ed. All right, so yeah, we're in a not great spot, but Mega Chandelure, the problem with Mega Chandelure is that, yes, Latina's is gone, but so is the Fire Chandelure. So the best part, if you've ever played Mega Chandelure, you know the best part about that deck is the Fire Chandelure, and that's also rotating. All right, well, I'm in a great spot, so there we go. And yeah, Copper from Shrouded Fable has... Well, I mean, it doesn't help though, right? Because there's no stadium. It'd be neutralization zone that you're supposed to stop. Right? Neutralization zone with Copper, you put Copper in the active, you have neutralization zone, and then they can't bump it, but they can just boss around it or something. The problem is that Copper is not a colorless type. So it doesn't work with Legendary Summit. And I just wanted to have a nice relaxing return stream to get back in the groove. And now you're asking me all these questions about cards that I don't have saved on my computer. You know, I had to clear out so many feet picks to make room for these 30th celebration cards, because I did find someone on the internet who compiled all the 30th celebration leaks. But like some of them are low quality and like I have to use my own, and it's going to be an amalgamation of everything. Did you just use Knockout? No, you're using Tantrum, right? Okay, good. And Super Smash Star, damn straight. Yeah, every single ace spec rotates. So it's gonna be a wild time. No, it's saved on a secure folder. All right, so let's go. Yeah, Backtrack Badge. I guess I go there, and then I'll hit him with the Lilies. I also should get rid of the Academy at night, because I can win the Stadium War, kind of. I can kind of win the Stadium War. There's a Drakloak. That's great. I don't have a way to get the Shaymin back, though. That's problematic. All right, well, I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the butt. So, yeah, we'll save all that. Let's go Poké Pad for Drakloak. I probably want to save the spot for the Monkey. I can eat some Sacred Ash as always. It's always fun to do that. But I think we're in for a rough time here, because I don't have any energy. Dude's about to clap my cheeks, but it is confused. Okay, come on, bro. Come on. And Tranquil's attack is just on Pheasants. Oh my god. Tranquil's attack is just on Pheasants, but it does 40 damage instead of 120. I mean, it's slightly different because the attack fails if you flip tails. But what deck would you recommend for 2020? It's so tough to tell, because we don't know what's coming in the first set of 2027 that will coincide with rotation. But Dragapult's gone. You know, Zoroark seems like a pretty safe bet just because it doesn't really lose anything. And the strongest grass type decks get a little bit nerfed. Like Teal Masked Oderpon is gone. You know, Beedrill. I think Beedrill has a good chance, but the Dunsparce is leaving. So I'd have to take a look at it. Like, I won't start thinking about rotation until like January. Like on January 1st, I'll be like, this is what's happening with rotation. These decks are leaving. Everyone freak out. Before rotation, well, that's the other thing, is we have to wait for 30th celebration and then Delta Rain in November. So we're in this really weird spot where every deck, every card I talked about for 30th celebration, it's all just guesswork. Yeah, it loses Mochi, but like everything else is remaining. It loses Munkidori, it loses Mochi. I think it loses Petrel. Yeah, because that was Shrouded Fable. That's the Fez set. We lose Fez as well. But it still has Ends Castle. It still has Ends PP up. It still has all the Ends Pokemon, so that's pretty good. And Mr. Darkside, Zoroark. What are the draw engines? Zoroark. Zoroark, there's the Rapidash that draws a card. There's the, what is it, the Jellicent that draws a card, and you put a card on the bottom of your deck. So from a consistency standpoint, Zoroark is shaping up to be the best deck post rotation, which is kind of sad. You missed Professor's research. Oh, fun fact, the Ultra Ball. Yeah, there it is. The Ultra Ball inside of 30th Celebration is not a reprint. It is still the eye block. I mean, it doesn't mean anything because I'm sure they'll reprint it in Winds and Waves base set. But it's an interesting observation at the very least. All right, so I have two choices. I can attack with, actually, I don't have two choices. I have to do this. I was going to say, I have two choices. No, I really, really don't. I have to just go for it and hope here. If I don't take the knockout, or if I don't flip heads with Unfezant, we lose the game. Because I can lose the Tranquil, the Unfezant, and the Fan Rotom. If I can just tank with Unfezant for a million turns, we win. And, oh, sorry, we got a... Hey, we flipped that. See, all we got to do. And for everybody, I don't think I can give you a shout out on YouTube, can I, for the win? And for the win, make sure you don't tell anybody what we did, because I told people that I met you for my break and that we did some things, and then I got my my toe surgery that you paid for, because you said, you know, I remember the exact conversation when we booked the appointment and the idea percolated in our minds to add a sixth toe to my foot. You said, I got room in my mouth. And that was what spawned the whole idea. And Trev, man, hey, we got all the ideas. Anything can happen, because next year's gonna suck. Next year's gonna be if you thought this year was bad, wait until next year when there's even less stuff. Yeah, we had talked about discretion and secretion don't really rhyme. So yeah, we don't get into specifics. We can tell people that we had a rendezvous, that we broke Amazon for all the foot lotion that we ordered, but that's where we draw the line. We got to leave something to the imagination. And Zeus, I can almost guarantee that will happen at least once. I can guarantee that will happen probably at least once. And so if you're watching on desktop on Twitch, you can go underneath the stream and look up specific cards. I don't think YouTube has options for stuff like that, where you can add like widgets and stuff to the bottom of the stream. So if you're ever wondering, like, what does a card do? Just ask me and I'll try to, you know, highlight it, because there's all this dead space on the screen. And, you know, if this was a YouTube video, I would have put Isaac from Dead Space on the screen, because that would have been funny. But this is not that. All right, well, I'm in an okay spot. I should have one more Risky Ruins. So here's the problem, is I can't put anybody else into play. As much as I would like to, nobody else can go into play, because I just have to tank with Unfezant. So I'll force them to use their last Academy at night. Maybe it's prized. And then, yeah, we just go Swift Flight and see what happens. And hot dog buns, yeah, probably. And, oh, can't they just T-room for... Yeah, no one ever realizes that. I talked about that a long time ago, is nobody ever realizes, especially Slowking players, they never realize that they can just attack with Q-room for free. Well, actually, it's not for free. It's for one. It's for... You still have to attack for one colorless. Okay, thank you. There's their last Academy at night. Of course, they didn't prize it. So it's still one colorless, and they have to discard it every time. But I never see people do that. It doesn't matter if it was free or not. People never realize it. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this is kind of why I wasn't super duper excited for Unfezant. It's, if you flip heads every single turn, you will win pretty much every single game. But if you flip tails once, you've probably lost the game, because bosses will take out your benched Unfezant, and then once you're down to your last Unfezant, they'll just wait until you flip tails. And hot dog buns, hey, this is a family-friendly channel, hot dog buns. Just because you can slide, you know, a wiener between those buns and it feels good doesn't mean you have carte blanche to say whatever you want here. This is family friendly, okay? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, we got there. All right, so it is 10-11. The Chinchilla is an ability. So remember, the Chinchilla is an ability, so it doesn't work with Backtrack Badge. It's only for attacks. So the Dunsparce works. Larry's the Dunsparce works. Chinchino's ability does not. Yeah, that's the thing. So you basically just have to keep waiting until you're down to your last Unfezant. And even then, it's really tough. But I mean, I guess I attached that there just in case. Yeah, no Unfezant. Hey, one of my most popular YouTube shorts, and the amount of people who comment on that YouTube short or who have commented is just like, oh, well, you gotta read the, oh God. But this is why Unfezant can't be a thing, is because they'll just boss around when you flip heads. Good God. They will just boss around if you flip heads, and then as soon as you flip tails, they'll just knock out your active in that game. Hey, just because I don't know how to do basic things on a computer doesn't mean I can't eventually figure it out. I'm sure I can click on you and ban you. Oh, I can do it. I can do many things. Oh, I can also pin someone's comment. I will pin, so for the win, just like what we did last weekend, I will pin you. So, hey, I have more control on the YouTube than you might think. Don't tempt me. I will clap your cheeks, and not just for fun. Yeah, it's always funny to read the comments and be like, oh, well, you know, they're just future-proofing. No, you don't have to put that, right? You don't have to put Unfezant EX. If you're going to make Unfezant EX, sure. But don't put Unfezant EX if you're never going to do it. Like, you're in control of your own card game. What the hell? Oh, they use the other attack. I was like, what attack do they use? They use bounce back. Never let me down. If I knew how to make people moderators, I would absolutely make you a moderator, but I don't know what I'm doing. If I knew what I was doing, you would absolutely be a moderator. I don't know what I'm doing, though. So wait, do I just win the game if I flip heads? Is that not insane that I literally win the game if I flip heads? All right, so let's go Neo Upper on this guy because I want to save the Darkness Energy, because what you have to remember is I might Munkidori at some point for something. Right, there's always a chancey that happens. And then let's go, yeah, Crispin, I don't think there's anything left. Oh, there is, okay. And notice how there's Energy Recycler and Sacred Ash in the deck. So I want that there. Let's go Fire Energy on the active. And then Retreat. So I'm knocking out the Slowking. If I flip heads, the game is over and I win. Every day. Every day to suck my butt. I thought I was gonna do it. Okay? I thought I was gonna flip heads and win the game. Then PDCGL said, nah, bro. You're gonna get Q-rummed up the butt. They're gonna try frosting those tips. Maybe they don't see it. Maybe they don't see it. This is a Dragapult list. So the whole thing is that you're supposed to attack with Dragapult at some point. All right, press. Hey, we'll have a fight here. We'll have a fight between the YouTube and Twitch audience. Press 1 to play one more game with Unfezant Dragapult. Press 2 to move on to Lugia. So press 1 for one more game. Press 2 for Lugia. There, see, and there, perfect timing for the Yu-Gi-Oh! That was perfectly timed, especially with the delay. Because there is a bit of a delay. And For the Win wants me to suffer, but the 2s have it. So I'm going to take a huge 2 all over your face. And you're going to have fun watching it. All right, so I'm going to pick, because For the Win's here, I got to go for the Smooch'em build. For the win, this one's for you. I'm going to smooch them like what I did with your toes. We're going to play the Smooch'em build. All right, so I want to go second. We always want to go second. Benjamin, I think they expect the other player to know what they're doing. And then when it's my time to shine, they're like, oh, Pilot didn't do the thing. That's so weird. Pilot gave me a Colress. What is Lugia? Oh God, I need a new keyboard. Oh no, YouTube audience, please, everyone like this video. I need to buy a new keyboard. And for the, well, yeah, normally my mouth is taped shut, but yeah, for every now and again, it's nice to change things up. I agree. All right, we got all the cards. I just need a Lugia. Well, I guess, you know, I can play with my balls and produce a Lugia. Okay, here we go. And it's Zoroark. As soon as I switch to a deck that has Dark Weak Pokemon. Oh my god. Okay, well, at the very least. Well, no, I mean, Zoroark's a fine matchup for Unfezant, right? Because I don't really care if they shred, because shred maxes out at 110. Nerd Queen, hello. Welcome in. You know, perfect timing. But yeah, so, oh yeah, to get back to vertical streaming. So, you know, YouTube has YouTube Shorts. Okay, hello. I guess I'm Morty's. No, I think I go get rid of the Patrat and the no, let's get rid of Morty's and Latina's. We'll go get the Lugia. Yeah, don't pay too close attention to this list. It's kind of wild. All right, so that's gonna go there. And then Patrat. I mean, I do have to worry a little bit, but I also need a lot of bench space. So what you'll notice very quickly is that bench space is definitely at a premium here. And I'll click on Lugia in a second. And then yeah, we get both of these guys. Of course, my hand is no longer good, but that's fine. We have a Lugia all set up and ready to go. Well, you'll see. I just wanted to try all the different ideas. So with Lugia, Hyper Whirlpool, 140 damage, flip a coin until you get tails for each heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active. I still think taking knockouts with Kangaskhan is better, but if you want to control their energy, this is not a bad card. Yeah, so for vertical streaming, YouTube has the shorts feed, so I would appear in the shorts feed as, oh, I'm live in the shorts feed, and like Twitch has mobile, you know, compatibility, so it's like people who don't know how to turn their phone sideways, you basically get them to watch the stream as well. The problem is obviously it would only be the center of the screen, and PTCGL is not perfect for that. So I would cut off the prizes. I would cut off, you know, my deck size, chat, which would be the worst thing. That would be cut off as well. But so if I do the vertical streaming, I set that up, it would just be, you know, like here to here, and then I'd put something on the bottom where I show like my prize. Like I'd probably put this thing here, right? The sidebar. I'd probably put that down in the corner or at the top or something. I'd have to put it somewhere. No, playing on mobile is a terrible experience. I've played mobile. I've played PTCGL on my phone before. It is so painfully slow. You can't see anything. I would rather just have, you know, this cut off and then put, you know, something in the top right to show like the time left. I'd remove, you know, the deck stuff. Yeah, that's the thing to hold. Ooh, hello. Hello there. All right, let's get Basti. Okay, I know this is a risk, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, so we go Bastiodon. And you're starting to see how this deck is supposed to function. And then, yeah, well, Iris. I probably shouldn't be getting rid of all this energy, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? And let's go Backtrack Badge. Delightfully kiss some toes. They're not threatening anything right now, and I would like to Lillie's next turn. So we'll do that. They should put PTCGL on Switch too. And what is the counter play to Zoroark with a Psyche deck? Play a Psyche deck that's weak to metal. Play a metal weak Psyche deck. But no, with Zoroark, it's just about outpacing them, right? What you want to do, what do you mean it came in the mail? Well, you just need to outpace them, right? if you're playing an evolution psychic deck, be the first person to take the first 2 prize KO. Yeah, see, there you go. See, we're all trained here. We're trained degenerates. So that's the other thing holding me back of why I just went for the YouTube Twitch desktop experience, is because my computer is 2020. You know, I bought a pretty low, mid to low end computer in 2020, and it's 6 years later. So imagine how it's holding up today. It's not going great. Oh, yeah, no, just you know, how are you? How are you all doing today? I'm doing great. My mood's I mean, I don't mind seeing some balls dipped in gold. Okay, Trevman, this is a family-friendly stream, okay? We're literally streaming on the main channel for the first time ever, and this is not the kind of, you know, vibe I want to give off my first time. Well, it's the specs, right? It's the specs that are not doing fantastically. Ooh, this is great. Okay, so we go Crushing Hammer. For some reason, this Zoroark deck is not finding energy, and I will count that as a heads flip. All right, so let's go. Yeah, I guess I don't really need any more energy, but I only have like 8 energy apparently. So that's concerning. And let's go retreat into Lugia. Start dealing a little bit of damage. Hyper World, we don't need to reflip, so whatever we get, I'll just deal with. Instant 0-1. I'm not going to waste their time. I could reflip, but I'm not going to waste their time because, you know, they have 0 energy. And Pillow, I spent a little bit more than that. And Hot Dog Buns, I'm family. Okay, what are the rules of family friendly? Right? What are the rules of family friendly? No nudity, no swearing, no adult situations. I avoid all those. I am family friendly. Prove me wrong. Yeah, exactly. You know, $1,200 US, that's, you know, $2,000 Canadian. And it's not like I knew that I'd be the #1 PDC GL player of 2022 when I bought that computer. We didn't even know PDC GL was going to exist when I bought my computer. That's how long ago it was. So yeah, the Bastiodon is the coolest tech here. You know, you all laughed. You all laughed at my deck list, but I'm facing Zoroark and they're struggling. And they're going to go and bring up the Bastiodon. Yeah, now they're bringing up the Bastiodon. Okay, well, now we're screwed. This is the downside to Bastiodon, is it has a 4 retreat cost. But, I mean, they're apparently not doing anything. Oh, God, you can't keep showing me this. Does the deck run switch? That'd be a good idea. You know, that'd be a good idea, so no. What do we do now? We let them knock out the Bastiodon. What do we do now? Well, now they knock out the Bastiodon, and then we do some things. Well, Trevman, yeah, if I was doing a full stream of just Lugia and Backtrack Badge, and then I wanted to upload a YouTube video, then I would have, you know, put a lot of time into testing, but I'm just going on vibes right now. I mean, if I can fill a swimming pool, let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm just going on vibes because I want to get those videos out. I have to kind of flip-flop my schedule here because all of 30th Celebration is known. So Wednesday is hopefully going to be the top 10 cards. I don't know if I'll stream again this week. I'll try to stream again once more this week on YouTube as well. But when 30th Celebration is out on the 15th next month, which is a Tuesday, I will switch things up. So I will go back to Twitch. Unless everyone on YouTube donates me, you know, $10,000 US, which is, you know, a couple of dollars Canadian, then, you know, I'm stuck like my steps. Okay, sure. I think we save the Crushing Hammer and believe in the heart of the cards, right? Press 1 if we should believe in the heart of the cards. Oh no, I'll stream on YouTube. I'm planning on doing, you know, including this one, like 4 or 5 streams before the 15th. Now let's go Lilies. I'll save the unfair stamp for later because I might need that to not lose. Ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. All right, heart of the cards, baby. Heart of the freaking cards. We're going to flip 2 heads, and I don't regret nothing. Okay. Heart of the cards, baby. Heart of the cards. No! God. Yeah, what the hell? Trevman, I know, I keep saying. And Spencer Arrogatti, hey, don't hate the player, hate the deck builder, which was me. Well, the problem is no Fez. Yeah, no Fez, because I didn't want to put the Fez down. I just want to focus on Lugia. Also, you might not know this, but this deck plays Bouffalant and Kangaskhan. But the thing is, knocking out 1 energy means nothing. It was really going for 2 was the only thing that was going to change anything. So I essentially had to go for 2. Going for 2 was the correct play in that situation because all they would have to do is just attach an energy and they're good to go. They don't even have any energy in the discard pile. And they've only played one. They've only played with Ends PP up once. So it did make sense to go for the greed play. That was smarter. Though I should have known that I'm Trust Your Pilot and I'm playing Pokemon TCG Live, and I should have known it wouldn't work. And yes, I understand they're going to copy Powerful Rage and take a knockout. Because I don't have the Bouffalant. Actually, they would take a knockout even if I had Bouffalant down, but that's fine. And are they going to get greedy? Wait, what? Are you going? Wait, what? Okay. I was not expecting that. See, no one ever expects the Tool Scrapper. No one ever expects the Tool Scrapper because now I'm knocking out the Zoroark and they have to scramble here like an egg. Is it cute? And yeah, so obviously with, you know, double the amount of viewers as normal, I'm probably going to miss some messages. So if you are in that category where I missed your message and you think it was worth me reading, then feel free to type it again. But if you didn't see my tweet, which randomly got a ton of likes and like stuff and such, but if you haven't seen my tweet, 30th Celebration is a weird set. It is a weird set that makes no sense whatsoever because Gengar, for example, Gengar EX is in 30th Celebration. There is no Ghastly or Haunter. There's all 3 Meowth are in 30th Celebration. There's not a single Persian. What else is the craziness? Yeah, they're gonna knock out this Lugia because I still apparently can't find Bouffalant. And you know, there's Mousehold. That's the big one. Mousehold. There's no Tandemaus. There's only one Tandemaus in Standard and is from the H block. So the Tandemaus in Standard is rotating in March, which means the Mousehold will be unplayable come March unless we get a new Tandemaus. So that would mean both Tirtuga and Mousehold will be unplayable in March if they don't give us a Fossil reprint and a Tandemaus reprint. So there's going to be 2 stage 1s, and I mean, Caracosta is a stage 2. So they are putting themselves in a position where 2 evolved Pokemon will be in Standard, and you cannot use them because they definitely know what they're doing. And like one of the worst ones is there's a Nidoran female, Nidorina, no Nidoqueen. And Trevman, you're giving them too much faith. You're giving them way too much faith. No, there is Cosmog and Cosmoem because there was no Cosmog or Cosmoem already. So those are in the set. They suck and they're just there to exist. But there is a Cosmog and Cosmoem simply because there hasn't been one in 5 years. Literally, the last Cosmog and Cosmoem was 25th celebration. You can play them with yeah, you can play them in a certain way, not necessarily a good way. All right, there's an energy switch. Let's go Crushing Hammer. So if I can hit heads on the Crushing Hammer, ooh. If I can just get rid of all their energy, I might win just based on that. So, yeah, I can't. I mean, I guess I can put the Fez down because they're doing 250 and I don't have what I need. So let's put Latina's down. Let's put Kangaskhan down. Let's go Backshots Badge down. I mean, I have a chance to win, potentially. Oh, I should have left a spot for a second Bouffalont, but whatever. Whatever. We're going to lose anyway because we're going to flip tails on this. I need double heads or else I lose. Oh God. I just saw 4 full art black belts trainings. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We are in there. I mean, they're going to get double ends PP up or just 1 ends PP up and then a retreat and then 270 and then I lose. But we lived the dream, okay? And Trevman, yeah, why? I mean, I am okay with prize cards as a mechanic, but give us draw 13, choose your 7 starting hand, then shuffle the 6 into your prizes. Why they haven't adapted the prize card mechanic in 30 years, I have no idea. And yes, I will do it once. Someone will get me to like, hey, what's the optimal amount of lotion to put on your feet? And then I'll get into a rant and I'll just go autopilot. So the fact that in the 30 years that they're celebrating, they haven't once done any changes to prize cards. Adapted to what? You draw 13 at the start of a game, you choose the 7 cards in your starting hand, and then the remaining 6, you shuffle and put them as your prizes. So that would cut down on mulligans, number 1, which would be really useful in a tournament environment. And it would make more skill, but I understand there's scenarios where that would make it broken, and I'm not saying they should make that for tournaments. They should probably keep it the way it is to stop people from just putting a bunch of one-ofs and from abusing the system. But for, like on PTCGL, they have a game client where they can do whatever the hell they want, and they're still choosing not to do anything fun. Yeah, like they can go to prize points, which is what TCG Pocket does, which is, you know, another thing they could really easily do in TCG Live. It's just a fun format. Like, hey, get rid of prize cards. Now it's just points. Exactly. Yeah, we need prize cards. We need so many things. There's so many ways they can improve the card game, but because it is selling so much without even trying, they're not going out of their way. Because how quickly they forget is you go back 10 years, well, probably a little bit over 10 years, but you go back basically 10 years, the competitive scene was keeping this game alive. For 10 to 20 years ago, the only people keeping this game alive were the competitive players. It wasn't until YouTubers and stuff started opening packs and, you know, the market, you know, Logan Paul, COVID, all that stuff. It wasn't until that the collector market, the scalper market really blew up. But before that, it was competitive players keeping the game afloat. If it wasn't for competitive players, the Pokemon TCG would have been gone a long time ago. But now that it's so far into the, hey, we can release the crappiest set we've ever done. Yeah, we can release the crappiest set, put no work into it from a competitive standpoint, but just have some shiny arts. Like just put, you know, a really fun Mew art or a Charizard art, like a gold Charizard, and have the pull rates be really low. Then it's like, and then the set will sell out immediately. Like, we don't have to put any work into it, so why do it? Oh my God, Slowking's everywhere. And yeah, there's also that, the winds and waves as well. All right, so in order to win this matchup, I need the Bouffalont. Why are you playing a Water Slowpoke? If you're playing a 70 hit point Slowpoke in this deck, it should be the Psychic one. All right, well, I got the Joltik. This is kind of bad, but also I'm going to attach to you. Let's go. I mean, I think I can hold off here. Yeah, let's just go Lilies. We'll get all the thing. We'll be fine. Ooh, hello. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit risky here. I'm gonna go Fossil Quarry. I'm gonna get. Oh god! Wait, do I play 3 Bass? Okay, that's Bouffalont. So I play. Okay, all right, chill, bro. Chill. I'm getting the guaranteed Bouffalont here, okay? I'm getting the guaranteed Bouffalont. This is a little insane. All right, I didn't even run any errands. Watch it be 2 energy. Yup, pretty much. And then watch me not have enough energy to win. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, and then put 1 on the Lugia. So in this situation, obviously with Lugia taking knockouts, there's no point to really do anything with Lugia this game. It's like, yeah, it knocks out the Slowking. This could be Mega Slowbro. It's not, but it could be. There could be one in there. Yeah, I think ever since Mega Evolution base set, we've seen just a gradual decline. Like Pitch Black was really helpful in introducing some fun new archetypes, like Pitch Black or like Delmise, like Toucannon. You know, Mega Darkrai was surprisingly good. So there's definitely good new decks in Pitch Black. It's just, you know, everyone's just why stop playing Dragapult when Dragapult's going to win 75%, 69% of the time? Right? Why would I change anything when I can just play the deck that I've been playing for 2.5 years and win most games? Yeah, Pitch Black, I think it's the best Mega Evolution set since base set. And my computer is absolutely freaking out right now. So if maybe I should close some of my feet tabs, but see, this is why the Kyurem is goated. But this is why I had to get the Bouffalont, because now they're only doing 50 damage to my colorless Pokemon. Obviously, they're targeting double Bouffalont, but I win the game. I've won the game. They forgot to put basics in their deck. Yeah, they forgot to put every game I've won, I have flipped 0 coins. And yeah, you can't really play Wailord EX because if Mega Rayquaza ends up being as good as Japan is showing us, then Mega Manectric will be a tier 1 deck, and that just destroys Wailord. Yeah, and the Water Slowpoke. All right, so we got the Joltik build of Lugia, Kangaskhan. I'll be honest, I'm more excited about Kangaskhan than Lugia because doing 140 damage and discarding energy isn't as good anymore. Right, you know, back in my day, it was useful. All right, so let's go. I guess Latina's in the active, then I might have to play with my balls, unfortunately. And, well, all we need, the thing that will make fire decks relevant again is if Mega Heatran is a fire type. Because Oricorio's ability activates... Oh, here we go. And notice how it's the Blaziken build? Notice how it's the build that recovers energy? And Jose, the reason that Manectric isn't doing anything right now is because the #1 deck in the world isn't weak to lightning. Right? When Mega Ray comes out, you know, Mega Lucario is still doing pretty well. Oh, geez. I think I have to go get rid of Bouffalont and Lugia. I think I have to get Kangaskhan. This is very awkward. And then I have to retreat into the Kangaskhan, draw 2, hope there's like a supporter in here. Well, that's a card that exists. And then I guess I go Armor Fossil. Put the Jolt. There's no way they got it. There's no way they got it like that. I'm guaranteeing you they don't got it like that. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, if Heatran becomes good, then Oricorio makes it pretty much unstoppable, to be completely honest. So yeah, Mega Heatran will have to be a metal type, you're right. Unless they really want Mega Ray to be successful. Unless they really want it to be successful. So yeah, you've like a condom, you've poked holes in this theory, and I'm very sad about that. And they got the Meowth. But there's a reason why Backtrack Badge hasn't taken the world by storm. It's because pretty much just Mega Kangaskhan's the only real Pokemon that benefits from it. But if you put in Backtrack Badge, you're taking away your consistency for Bouffalante and Crispin and Ice Cream. You'd rather just YOLO it with Rapid Fire Combo and have more healing and more Bouffalante and just better counters. But you have to remember, Mega Magnetric does not get actually playable until we have Mew EX. Well, yeah, Mega Audino can benefit. Like Unfezant benefits, Mega Audino benefits, the Dunsparce benefits, these nuts in your mouth, Cuckleon benefits. But the only deck that actually has a good use for it and can actually see success is Mega Kangaskhan. It's Mega Kangaskhan. Right. This is realistically the only card that can be competitively viably used that, and it, uh-oh. Everything just broke on my end. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, press 1. If anything is happening. No, this is not PDCGL. This is me. I can hear things. I heard the fart. Thank you for that. This is the problem with dual streaming. Is that bad things are happening. All right, I'm going to close a couple of feet tabs to try to lessen the load here. So a couple tabs have been closed. I have to keep that open. So I'm going to have to close PDCGL and we'll have to start it up again and hope that that's enough. Well, it was my computer that was having issues, but we were probably going to lose that game anyway. Because if you've been watching since the start, if you've been watching for 90 minutes, you'll notice that it's just Slowking, Dragapult, and Hide and Sneak today, basically. And those decks don't really need a ton of energy, right? So you have to get Bastion on, but you also need the Bouffalante so you don't die immediately. And I love how that ghosting appears. I love how it's just like, hey, the sign-up information. I'm pretty sure that's the sign-up information or like the migrate thing that always appears for me. But what I will say is I don't have my bot rate is not capped at like a low number. I think it's like unpheasanted. So maybe I have to lower the bot rate and that'll fix something. Because I was kind of worried about that. Again, if you didn't believe me, if you think I'm just, trying to curry favor and get people to feel bad for me and donate me money, I mean, you should do that because, I mean, I'm a streamer. I deserve your money. Jeez. Like, I pushed a button on my computer. You should give me money for that. But no, if you didn't believe me, there's your proof that I was not lying when I said my computer cannot handle these huge, massive loads. All right, well, turn 1, I think it's just going to be Crushing Hammer right away for sure. And Frostbite, thank you. And the man from Twig, well, luckily, the thing with Crustle is we're probably not going to see a resurgence because of Hide and Sneak and Festival Lead. Ooh. I mean, I kind of want to do it, but this is a Lugia deck. So we just go immediate Crushing Hammer. This is a Lugia deck, damn it. We're not playing the Kangaskhan. If I was playing the Kangaskhan build, I would just go Crispin and wait. We're not doing that right now. We're playing the Lugia build. Well, That didn't work. Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's go. I guess just attach and attach to you. Probably put the armor fossil down. I don't know. Wait, do I actually hang on? I think I retreat into the fossil, but then they can't. Then I can't do anything because fossils can't retreat. So maybe I just go into the Bouffalon. I think that's the correct call here. Is I go into the Bouffalon because then they can only do 20 damage. That's the correct call. That's the correct call because now they can only do 20. Are you kidding me with the turn 2 rare candy Dragapult? That is insane. Oh god. See, yeah, that's I'm on my toes right now. Hey, bad word. Bad word. You gotta be sub to say bad words. You gotta pay money. The mods, get them. Get them, mods. And what you have to remember is there's a new Grookey that can one-shot Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. So if you didn't know, the new, what is it, the Partner Collection Grookey that can one-shot Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon with a Brave Bangle and a Gladion. So there is ways around Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon in a Festival League deck that is not just, I mean, Rillaboom is probably better anyway. So Rillaboom is good, but you can also have the Grookey. If it didn't appear in Finding Nemo, you can't say it. So you can say suck a butt, because all 3 of those words appeared in Finding Nemo. But that's it. All right, so we're facing a Dragapult deck that does not have it like that. That's the good news. The bad news is neither do I. So I'm just kind of hoping for a Crispin right now, which we won't get. We did not get a Crispin. All right, well, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. All right, so I can play with my balls. We'll get rid of you and you. I'll go and get the Bouffalon. Or do I get the Joltik? Nah, Heart of the Cards here. All right, and then forgot about Risky Ruins. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then we got Backshot Badge. That's also good. And then I didn't get the Joltik, but I did. So I can't retreat. So it's just, yeah, attached to the active. No Crushing Hammer, Backtrack Badge. There's no world where my opponent is going to freaking have a Tool Scrapper. And Razor, if you need anyone to lick them clean, just give me a call. Slide into my DMs. Yeah, so if you didn't know, the Partner Collection basics, they're all pretty much useless. Like, I'm not just talking about the Squirtle, which doesn't have a Blastoise to evolve into, but there is a new Grookey that does slightly more damage, so it's a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon counter. But if you didn't watch my short, you can't get the cards on PTC GL until the 6-month waiting period is over, which is so stupid unless you redeem a bunch of codes and get lucky. Because PTC GL is, they really love their players, and they said, hey, you want to craft high rarity cards and promos? Screw you. Screw you, our faithful players who put up with all this crap for years. Hey, Nintendo Yoshi, hey, you gotta pay to say bad words. Yeah, see, that didn't appear in Finding Nemo, or if it appeared in Finding Dory, that's okay too. Well, did you check the word? Remember that one is comes in other forms, and so does the word two. You can say two 3 different ways. So 1 can mean 2 different things. 2 can mean 3 different things. Why don't we have a Mega Blastoise yet? Because this game makes sense. They made Mega Blastoise the mascot for NAIC, gave us Mega Blastoise cosmetics, and then nothing. And then, yes, they gave us Mega Blastoise cosmetics. And what's even better is, that was it. They screwed us over. All right. Oh, wait. So I prized my second Bastiodon. Fan-flippin-tastic. that Trust Your Pilot made an oopsie in his pants. I didn't think I was going to need that Crispin. Turns out I needed that Crispin. All right, let's see if we can get rid of that. I'm going to have to iris away the rare candy. And then lose because I suck. There we go. All right, so let's go Lightning Energy. Play with my balls just to thin a card out. There's a Fez, sure. And then did I use Run Errand? I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. So we knock out the Moltres. I'm sure they're going to unfair stamp me or Crispin me. But that's okay. And then watch me flip like 5 heads. But normally when I do the coin flip counter, today I only did the coin flip counter for Never Gonna Let You Down. And can everyone just spam nice feet so we get that bad word off the screen? Because the chat bot that I'm using doesn't hide bad words. Or just like, everyone just comment how many toes you can fit into your mouth. How about that? How about that? That makes it a lot easier. Oh, good God, they had the freaking Watchtower and the Tool Scrapper. It's like they said, hey, I'm going to face a Kangaskhan Bouffalant deck today. Oh my God. This is what happens. YouTube audience, this is what happens every single time. You're seeing it live. I do not lie. You can check out the VODs channel to watch every single stream every minute. Whenever I say, oh, this deck doesn't beat Dragapult, that's what I mean, is they had the perfect counter stadium. I mean, they probably still are going to get Crispin. They had Unfair Stamp. They had Tool Scrapper. Well, I forgot that I'm playing PTC GL and that, of course, I'm facing the opponent with everything to counter my deck. Exactly. It doesn't need plot armor. It gets it. And yeah, I'm sure I'll do merch one day. And it'll definitely not have a camera in whatever merch if there's a plushie, like a tongue pilot plushie, it definitely won't have a camera in it. But I'll put like a yak back in there. And it just, every time you squish my feet, I'll say like, ooh, yeah, I like it when you squish my feet like that. Ooh, my feet are so dry. I could really use some moistening. Ooh, yeah, these feet, ooh, so dry. Ooh, can you moisten my feet? Ooh, I wonder if there's any orifice of yours that could really help me out with my dry feet. Ooh, maybe there's a body part inside that hole that's usually wet. And if you rubbed it on my feet, maybe something would get fixed. So yeah, that would be the kind of merch that I would, that'd be the kind of merch that I'd make. And also serves as a lotion dispenser. Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, because like, you know how there's the like, you know, you can put a tissue paper in Shrek's butt and then have the tissue or like a toothpaste thing and have the toothpaste coming out of Shrek's butt. Get wrecked with those crushing hammers. I could do that with like a foot lotion dispenser and my mouth or something. And Mr. Mountain Dew, you're the one who's given me some of the most money. Yeah, exactly. So there's not a whole lot I can do right now because they got everything. The only thing they missed, I mean, they still got 2 Crushing Hammer, which is wild. Right, that's the crazy thing is they still got 2. It doesn't matter if they flip double tails. They still got 2 Crushing Hammer. So in this situation, I think I'd go for the monkey. And see, Mr. Like I said, Mr. Mountain, you give me the most money. But no, let's knock out a Drakloak because I want to. Some of these jokes are too specific. Are you kidding me? I completely avoided the Dragapult because, oh, there's no way I'm flipping 3 heads in a row. Oh, yeah, I'm facing Dragapult. No way I flipped 3 heads in a row. See, these are the kind of mental breakdowns that the YouTube audience doesn't get to see. So just be proud that for the 4 or 5 streams I do this month on YouTube, just be proud. You get to, that's how many mental breakdowns is that? That's at least 4. You know, if you head into a Badoo with Mega Kangaskhan, you're guaranteed to flip 5 heads, but then if you hit into a Teal Masked Ogerpon, you'll get 0. And Mr. Mountain Dew, every moment your feet were dry, that's how you should have known that I disappeared. But YouTube audience, if you didn't know, Mr. Mountain Dew is one of the degenerates over on Twitch who feeds my insanity. So if it wasn't for people like Mr. Mountain Dew and Never Let Me Down and Seto and everyone else who gives me money for doing nothing, I would be a normal, well-adjusted person with a day job who, you know, sees a pair of feet and is just like, hey, cool, and doesn't, like, you know, need a new keyboard every time he sees the black belts training full art. But no, it's people like that that are the reason the way that I am. What do you mean? It has a pouch. It has a pouch. Of course it's a kangaroo. Name another animal with a pouch. Exactly, you can't. I should really, yeah, but then it would just splash all over me. The keyboard's easier to replace than I am. All right. Well, did you notice how Bastiodon would have won me this game? All right, so here we go. Remember, I flipped 3 heads last time. What do you think is going to happen this time? All right, that's pretty cool. What do they got in their discard pile? They have nothing. Fantastic. What do you have in your discard pile? Absolutely nothing. Fantastic. So we get rid of that guy. I will attach to you. So they don't quite have game yet, but they almost have game. Let's be real, they almost have game at this point. And I don't have a third Bouffalont, and I don't have a Bastiodon, because all those are not here. All right, so 3 heads. That's it. Oh my god. See, the one time I need 3 heads to not just immediately lose the game. All right, so that's GG. So I'll just concede so we don't have to watch them move the damage counters. Anything over 1500. And Frostbite, quiet. Don't you bring logic into this argument. And I'm at level, I think, 491, so I'll probably hit level 500 by the time 30th Celebration rolls around. So that'll be a new YouTube short. All right, so there's no Bastiodon in this list, so it should be better, right? No, it's 1500. Once you get to Arceus League, anything over 1500 is good because you start out at 1500. But you go from 500, sorry, you go from 550, and then 550 is when you ascend, and then you go into Arceus League, so you go from 550 to 1500, just PDCGL makes sense. And I know you don't care about me being happy, and you're welcome, Mr. Mountain Dew, but I know you all don't care about me being happy, so I will briefly mention that during my hiatus, I played through Saros on PlayStation. I thought it was quite good, not as good as Returnal, but that is something I did, is I played Saros, thought the story was horrible. Slowking again. Who could have guessed? Another Slowking deck. This is why I really, really like playing in the 1400s, is because there's variety. If you're over 1500, it's the same 3 decks. It's Slowking, Dragapult, and Delmise. That's pretty much it. You know, you'll see Festivalid in there and a few other ones, but it's mostly just the same 3 decks over and over again. At least in the 1400s. Well, it was you know, 15 hours, so yeah. And it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike, so it's good. All right. Well, this is a start. Okay, so let's go Latinas, Lugia, Terapagos. Why the hell do I play Surfer? Also, again, this is another situation. Lugia is completely useless in this matchup. Well, well, well. I have nothing that I can do right now. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go attach to, I guess, actually, hang on, what do I do here? I think the correct course of action is going into the Lugia and attaching to the Terapagos, because I can attack with Terapagos next turn. So that is the correct play, is feed the Lugia and let it be sacrificed if they somehow get, you know, something, which they probably won't, and then have a Terapagos ready to attack next turn and two-shot their Kangaskhan or something. Yeah, Worlds is going to be like how it is right now, right? Because there's no 30th celebration for Worlds, obviously no Delta Rain. And hey, Mega Ray, at least in Japan, if you weren't here earlier, it is the #1 deck currently in Japan. It is Cope, and it's not a competitive environment that it's existing in. And people are probably just like, hey, let's play it because it's the new thing and I'm tired of playing Dragapult, but it's there. But you have to remember, the format we're playing right now is the Worlds format, and Worlds is in, what, just over 2 weeks? There's no way they attach 2 to the Kangaskhan, right? There's no way. They're going to the Slowpoke. Okay, so for sure, I go attach to this guy. I will Lilies. That's fine. Let's go. I guess I hold off on the Bouffalant right now. Suck my butt, because I don't need it right now. And it is worthwhile to take a knockout, because if they knock me out, then I have Unfair Stamp, and I have Night Stretcher to bring back the Terapagos. I can, with the Kangaskhan in the active, I have Glass Trumpet, so it actually behooves me if they take a knockout. And coin flip counter, that's a tails right there. Worlds is in 6 days? Really? I thought it was the end of the month. Oh, goes to show you how much I'm paying attention. And, well, the Pikachu, I am very heavily leaning towards putting the Pikachu, both of them, at #4 on the list. And the reason is Talonflame. I'm going to talk about this more in depth in the video, but Talonflame is one of the main reasons why Mega Ray is doing so well. And Talonflame requires a lot of work to get 2 cards. So I thought, why not a Precious Trolley on a Pikachu? Like, this could see a ton of play. Again, after the top 3, it's just whatever. You know, nothing else matters after the top 3. They're letting me take a KO here, which is nice, but I don't think I can knock out the thing. But yeah, so this and the other Pikachu are #4. And then I think like Espeon will be #5. I'm not sure about Illumise. What do y'all think about Illumise? Okay, so let's go attach to you. I guess I just put the Bouffalant down, and then boss is this guy. Crushing Hammer. I mean, if I hit it, I'll go for the Kangaskhan. No, I guess I go for the Slowpoke, right? No, the Kangaskhan. The Kangaskhan, because they can power up a Slowcane right away. They can use Wondrous Patch and have a Slowcane powered up. They can't double power up a Kangaskhan out of nowhere. So it made a lot more sense to go for the Kangaskhan, even though technically I kind of want them to attack with the Kangaskhan, because that exposes the Kangaskhan like some toes. And yeah, they're making Jirachi EX as 160. Thank you. Yes. So the Illumise is ×3 weakness if you have Volbeat in play. They're playing Slowking, so they don't have Crispin. But I was thinking, you know, it's a very powerful ability. ×3 weakness is really good, but who does it help? Right? We don't need ×3 weakness against Dragapult. Rotom is like the only deck that it really helps. So is it actually good? Like, is it good enough to be in the top 10 when I don't really see a place for it? Because I understand how it can be good, but is it actually good? But let me see if I can whip it out real quick. So yeah, there's that guy. I have the 30th celebration somewhat. I don't have them labeled because that takes too much time and I'm very lazy. But I'm thinking this will probably be on there. Right? Like, it feels like this card is going to do something at some point, or at the very least, it'll stop somebody from being too strong. They lose their Slowking as well when they do this, so they use Annihilape's both actives are knocked out attack, and that's not the best thing for them. But this card can't be healed. Like, it just feels like at some point. Well, Frostbite, my reasoning is that you get to fill up your bench of Latias, Fezandipity, Terapagos, and then you're basically set up for the rest of the game. So, like, I understand that most of the cards in 30th Celebration aren't going to do anything, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun, right? All right, so I can't risk another Kangaskhan because they'll just win the game. But it just feels like shutting off healing means Wally's on their active can't be anything. And, ooh, that's not good. So, in this situation, I think I want to burn the energy switches. As weird as that is, I think I do want to burn them here. Because I'm about to stamp them. I can't risk the Mega Kangaskhan because they will just win the game if they copy Annihilape again. Well, oh, no, never mind. We're fine. I just have to believe in the fart of the cards here. Okay? Actually, no, I don't. I win. I have to believe in the fart of the cards. No, never mind. I just win. You know, all that strategy and thinking means nothing when you can just be him. So what's important is this does not stop Munkidori. This is almost exclusively for Jumbo Ice Cream and Wally's Compassion, but they can still retreat to the bench and use Wally's. So it just basically stops a healing deck from ever becoming too crazy. Here's the Illumise is like, what deck does it actually help? Right, yeah, the Genie deck, it can't go in the Genie deck because you'd have to have all 4 Genies plus Volbeat and Illumise in play. So it's like all 6 slots. You have to have all 6 Pokemon at once to do the thing. And Mr. Brown, I don't know what you're talking about. But Dewbox? Yeah, we got the Adely buff, bro. The goated Adely buff. This is a tier 1. Oh, geez, you can't even see it. This is going to be the #1 new deck in oh, you can't even read that. This is going to be the #1 deck in 30th Celebration. So if you can't read it because it's really blurry, it's 30 times the amount of Pokemon on your bench with a maximum HP of 30. So obviously it's you just put it with Badoo and you're good to go. Hey, what Battle Cage, bro? What about Battle Cage? Don't forget about Battle Cage. All right, so I can't take the risk here. I just gotta. Yeah, I can't take the risk that they just have bosses on my Kangaskhan again. So I just have to hope for a basic. Yeah, sure. It's what I got. It's what I got to do. All right. Well, there. Are you kidding me? Did I seriously just do that? Did I seriously just beat myself off? Did Trust Your Pilot seriously just play with himself and not in a fun way? I mean, I do take the knockout with Lugia, but... And of course, we flip heads when we don't need to. I mean, sure. Actually, yes, I will take it back because I want to flip tails. I want to be in the negatives. Yes. I want to be in the negatives. So if you're wondering what the hell just happened, it's because I have Nighttime Mine. So Terrapados is a Terra. I had Nighttime Mine down, but it's fine. Never punished. Yeah, so the Iggly buff, it's 30 times the amount of Pokemon on your bench with a maximum HP of 30. So it can do 150 without Area 0, 180 with Brave Bangle. And Trevman, yeah, Terra Box deck. Yeah, it's just, the thing is that 2 times weakness is good in most situations. Like the Rotom deck is where it's going to be the most useful. Yeah, 0 card hand, all babies, what could go wrong? So it's just, the Rotom deck means you realistically only need 4 tools. There's a Heat Rotom. The Heat Rotom in Delta Rain is, don't worry about it. It's fine. So it's just, ×3 weakness is not as good as I think, but 30th Celebration is so bad that I might just include Illumise because, like, what else am I going to put in there? They just flipped 3 heads, by the way. They just hit a raw 3 heads. They just hit a raw triple heads to take the knockout with a Kangaskhan and a Slowking deck. They have Kangaskhan and a Slowking deck. They just hit a raw triple heads. Okay, well, I win the game if they don't have bosses. I win the game if they don't have bosses or hors d'oeuvres. This is cool. We're having fun. We're having so much fun today. And so Crispin down. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything left. God. All right, well, here we go. I win the game next turn if they don't win next turn. So I'm trying to show you if there's any other cards that I'm thinking about for the top 10. And what is that? There's just such a bad set, such a bad, like Lunala might be in the top 10. And wait, are you Lunala? Get ready for a jump scare. Oh, geez. All right, so yeah, I'll try not to cover the screen while they're flipping for, while they're rolling for, oh, they're retreating. They don't believe? Or they have Metagross. They must have Metagross. Yeah, they have Metagross. So they have probably Metagross. Yeah, they're going to go Metagross, enough damage and win the game, which is unfortunate. But Lunala's attack is basically just Cerulege EX. The problem is, yeah, there you go. And no, that would be a jump mouth opening. You'd open your mouth instead of getting scared. So yeah, as I've been saying, Backtrack Badge, not that great. No, it's only new cars. Yes, those would be 1 and 2 if they were new. Yeah, let's do Kangaskhan, and then I'll play Larius the Dunsparce, which I didn't put much work into, but I mean, that's just what Pilot does. Do I play in online tournaments? I won the first 2 ever PDCGL tournaments, then I retired on top. So because I wanted other people to have a chance and not just, be discouraged that, oh my God, Pilot's in the tournament, I don't even have a chance, I retired as the #1 player in the world. And I should have gone second. But I also don't have anything playable. Yeah, like Lunala is a single prize Cerulege. The problem is that you have to play rare candy. Cerulege is, 4 and 3 or 4 and 4. Lunala is going to be 4, 2, 4, 3 or 4 rare candy. So that's 6 or 7 extra spots that are now taken up, which means you have to play less consistency, and it's Grimmsnarl, which is fine. All right, well, let's attach that. And then go end turn. All right, so I'm probably going to lose, but that's fine. So I'm just trying to think, is there any other cards? Because, yeah, I got, like, the Espeon is going to be in the top 10. I'm just going to go looking at my full set list one more time. I'm not ignoring you, Mr. Mountain Dude. You're saying things that I don't understand. You're saying, like, the YouTube stream is not goated when everyone knows the YouTube audience is goated. Yeah, Greninja's going to be in there. But, like, am I seriously... I can't put Fui Coco, right? I can't put Fui Coco in the top 10. Okay, this is a worse Reshiram EX. So if that's not good, then this is just worse than that. So it's 70 times the price cards you have taken, which is just not good enough. And then you look at something like Seismitoad. Seismitoad is interesting. So during your opponent's next turn, whenever they try to use a trainer card, they flip a coin. If tails, it doesn't work and they discard it. But if they just flip heads, it's a useless card. Yeah, Fui Coco is way better than Sprigatito. I agree. YouTube is great. So yeah, if you didn't know, there's a Seismitoad that stops you from playing trainers if you flip tails, which is really bad. But if you just flip heads, you're fine. So it's, there it is. Yeah, I think it's unlikely that we'll get a Quaxley EX, which is really bad. And they item locked me in that butt face. Yeah, I'm going through the list and it's just, there's just so many mid cards. That's the tough part about a mid set is you're like, what can I even include in the top 10 that makes a lick of sense? Also, I just kind of lose the game now. All right, so let's go for Psychic Darkness because they're going to win now. Top 6.9. I'm going to keep it 10, but just know that I didn't feel good doing it. That'll never happen. When has a Grimmsnarl player ever had it turn 2? Never. And I know nothing about IRL. So if you're asking me about IRL stuff, I'm not the one to ask. I respect the Twitch views, but I'm trying to masterfully bait the YouTube audience into sticking around. And they got it. So yeah, like there's Seismitoad. That's a trainer lock. But let me just see. While they beat me off really hard, let me quickly see if I can, like this Solgaleo. Here's a good example. The Solgaleo, I always call it Solgaleo, is like this does 220 damage and it powers itself up, but it doesn't power itself up enough, and it discards all energy. So it's like, yeah, this card could be playable, but it only attaches to itself. So that's not going to be in the top 10, but this is one of the more playable cards. This is a card they actually put a little bit of work into. Because then you have something like Gengar EX. This guy is just the Weezing that we lost from 151, where if you flip heads, you know, you can take a prize. They also get knocked out. You know, you can use Grimsley, you can use Mega Grenin or Mega Gengar. But it's just like, if you don't flip heads, it's bad. Thank you, Clan Burglar. And hey, hey, if you want to pay me to do stuff to my butt, hey, just name your price. Oh, they give you the rare boxes? Oh, that's dumb. But I guess because they sell the ETBs in the game, they're like, well, you just spend 600 trainer points or whatever it is. And here's a card you've never seen before. So there's a Hisuian Zoroark in the set. It is similar to Zarina. Ooh, this is a terrible starting hand. I do it for a Klondike bar. Okay, so this is but here, Swirling Resentment, Ignition Energy, Clap Their Cheeks. Very fun. But it's like, this is another card that is not top 10. And Grave the Stampede. How dare you? We don't do things for, we don't do smart things here. We do fun things here. But it's interesting, right? But we have the Scolipede that leaves them at 10 HP left, but it's a stage 2, but it requires 2. The attacks like these, Zarina was a thing for a minute. Well, you would play Enhanced Hammer. Oh, good God. You would play Enhanced Hammer, but yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, joke's on you. I got it like that. And it's like Umbreon. You know, 240 in a dark deck is fine, but like this is mid-tier. This is not a top 10 card. This is mid-tier. Ooh. Please tell me I have Precious Trolley in the... Ooh, we got Precious Trolley, baby. Yeah, Hisuian Zoroark with Yveltal. But the problem is that it's off type. That's the issue, is that it's just off type. So, yeah, let's go Kangaskhan, Monkey. Kangaskhan, Monkey, sure. Well, like mid-tier in relation to 30th Celebration, I guess I should specify. Yeah, I guess I should specify that. Mid-tier in relation to that. All right, well, as long as I have energy, we have a chance in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, I'll write that down. But if anyone has any ideas for decks from 30th Celebration, let me know, because I didn't connect those dots because it is off type. But it's like this Jirachi that they've shown off. Oh, that's not even the official image. That's the one from the pack openings. Yeah, let me get a higher quality one for y'all. Where be the Jirachi? Yar, where me buttholes. All right, there we go. So yeah, there's the Jirachi. Like, you can't play this card. It draws you up to 7 for an energy, sure, that's fine. But that doesn't mean you can play this card. It is just too weak. It has 160 hit points. And Mr. Mountain Dew, thank you for the gifted sub, even though I'm a sellout. Did they just sacrifice a Metang when they could have probably attacked with Genesect? All right, so Zoroark plus... I'll try. Like, I'll write down the idea. I won't remember to credit you for the idea, but I will write it down. And, yeah, I'll just Lilies and see what happens there, because I don't really think you compare Zoroark with Yveltal. Aquarius, the problem with Unknown is you can't make a deck out of it. Right? It's not a card you're like, oh, I'm going to make a deck out of it. You put it into a deck. All right, well, this seems fine. Take the KO. Yeah, I do make an unknown known joke, so just heads up. Trust Your Pilot makes a cringe joke. Trust Your Pilot makes a boomer joke. No, there's three cards that are heavily playable. Yeah, Jirachi is just, don't play it, right? It's not worth it. There's other cards that draw you cards that are single prizers. There's a Hitmontop that's a Shuffle Draw 6. Right, I would rather play Hitmontop, which is Shuffle Draw 6, on a single prizer, and it has 100 hit points. Mew, Greninja, and Unknown. So this is the... Hey, get absolutely wrecked. This is the number 2 best card in 30th Celebration. Yeah, it's like the old Jirachi, except not at all and much worse. So this is easily, but it's not you don't build a deck around Unknown. You just say, hey, do I have Psychic Energy in my deck? Yes. Unknown goes in there. Like Slowking, I imagine Slowking's going to play Unknown in some capacity. Sorry. In some capacity, I'm sure Slowking will play it. Dragapult, I'm really worried about how Dragapult's going to abuse this. There's things I'm concerned about, right? There's things I'm very concerned about with 30th Celebration in relation to making Dragapult better. I don't want Dragapult to get better, but between Espeon and Unknown, it's concerning, right? Like, Dragapult players know how to do math, and that's the worst thing about them. Oh, it's Lucario, and of course I'm playing not a Psychic deck. Okay, so here's something interesting. Latinas are great. The problem is they have a hairy mama. So I'm playing a Fighting Weak deck, but I was like, I know that PTCGL is going to pair me up against something I don't want. All right, so let's go Petrel for Trolley. I have 2 Psychics. See, I came prepared. What do you mean you came prepared? So I have to go for Trolley. Actually, do I have to go for Trolley? I don't think I have to go for Trolley. Anything from the trolley, dears? Anything from the trolley? All right, let's go for... No, we don't even need... We need Crispin, baby. We need some of that hot Crispin action. All right, so as long as they don't got it like that, if they don't have a hairy mama, if there's no hairy mamas over there, I'm going YOLO, okay? I knew PTCGL was going to do this. That's why I came prepared with my Latinas. Yeah, this is easily the number 2 best card in the set. Greninja is number 3, just because I looked it up and Greninja is what, a top 12 deck or something? Oh, they don't got it. I win. And this guy just makes every Greninja deck better. See? This... Oh, PTCGL tried super hard to screw me over. PTCGL tried super hard to screw me over, but I put 2 Psychic... See, I put 2 Psychic Energy in the deck because I knew that PTCGL was going to try something like this. Nice try. And honestly, I looked at it for 1 second and I was like, what word is it trying to spell? Is it anniversary? Is it celebration? Is it like 30th or something? Well, let me just whip it out real quick. I mean, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it spells out celebration. I don't know where it starts, though, because I don't think that first letter is a C. All right, well, I can't attack on back-to-back turns, so I think I just go for Precious Trolley and then just sort of masterfully bait them. Because now I can masterfully bait them. I can set up a second Latina. Actually, I can't set up a second Latinas. So why did I put all my Psychic Energy on that one? Because I'm an idiot. Because I am an idiot. That's what you forgot. Is trust your pilot is an idiot. Jeez, how could you forget such a obvious thing? All right, so I retreat into Joltik, and then I put the lightning there, and then we power up the Joltik. But if they go, the thing is, if they go for the Kangaskhan, that means they're not going for the Latias. And then 1, 2, 3. It's read in a Zigzagoon pattern. So you're saying they want us to goon? But yeah, I'm looking, I'm trying to find examples of what are some of the good cards in the set, and I can't find any. I'm trying to explain to you how mid, or how just unplayable most of these cards are, and I can't even find any to show you. Like the Salamence EX. There are no good dragon... I'm the number 1... See? Number 1 Kangaskhan player in the world. So if you can't read the Salamence, that means you haven't watched my video on it, and how dare you. But the Salamence is... Oh, I guess I should play Larius to Dunsparce. Oh, whatever. I'll play Larius to Dunsparce next. The Salamence put 3 dragons from your discard pile onto your bench, so it's Kingdra EX for dragons. But yeah, I think it's 1 colorless, I believe. Yeah, I specifically do mention Komodo as like, hey, that could be a thing. But then you still have to play Salamence. And Trevman, yeah, Energy Search Pro with Pikachu and Sylveon, that is definitely a thing that I have cooked up. But like Salamence, like what dragons are you getting? just Komodo. No, the Komodo from Delta Rain, which accelerates energy. But you can't play with Dragapult because Drakloak is the reason why Dragapult is so good, right? Dragapult is not good if it doesn't have Drakloak. And then it's like, what other dragons are there? And it's like, there aren't any, right? At least Kingdra, even when Kingdra had access to Baxcalibur, they still weren't playing it. No, we're not. Don't even say Dragalge. Lena's not here. But like you look at it, and even when Kingdra EX had Baxcalibur in format, Kingdra EX still did not see play. So if that's not an idea of how not useful Salamence is going to be, I don't know what is. And again, Slowking. Slowking again. What a shock. We got more freaking Slowking. Just grab 3 Drakloak. There's the other Salamence. But yeah, remember, it has to be from your discard pile. So it's also the fact that you have to put them in your discard pile, which is not easy. I should probably make sure I have Precious Trolley. Yeah, but there's the other Salamence. But that's not a good thing. All right, so let's go Precious Trolley. What the hell was that? PTCG is such a well-made game. All right, so Precious Trolley. Let's go Boof. Boof. Oh, I started Latinas, so then we'll get Kangaskhan, and I guess I get the Munkidori, but I also kind of need a backup Mega Kangaskhan. Oh, no, I can... Do I have Galvantula? I have Galvantula. What if they use Annihilate? If they use Annihilate, that's fine. But no, I guess I go for the Kangaskhan. Oh, geez. Or I could build up the Bouffalant. We're playing Kangaskhan. All right, so retreat into you. We're going to go power up dudes because I didn't want to waste an energy, right? So now at least we're going to go 2 and 2. Probably should have done that differently, but I didn't. Yeah, just there's no good candidates for Salamence. And Moonshadow, I've been playing Backtrack Badge. So the next stream I do, which might be like Friday or next week or something, that'll probably be a Mega stream. It'll probably be Mega Slowbro and Mega Delphox. And I'll probably save Mega Zeraora and Lurantis for another day. And people do use the codes. They just don't have much value anymore. They used to have value, but then they changed the economy. And now it's just so much easier to get credits in the game that you don't need to really use the codes. Yeah, Salamence is just like, there's no one you're getting. They didn't even have any dragon Pokemon in Pitch Black, right? Pitch Black had 0 dragon Pokemon in it, right? That just goes to show you what they think of the game. All right, so let me, oh God, what am I trying to show off here? I need to, like the Lugia. Like, I'm thinking of saying this is playable. I'm thinking of saying this is playable in some way. And do I think we'll get a Mega Aerodactyl? I think they still have to do the new ones, right? They haven't even done Mega Raichu, and that was the leader of the DLC. So I think they're going to focus on the new ones first, and then maybe the old ones. And maybe if fairy types are a big thing in Winds and Waves, they might bring it back, but probably not. But yeah, like Lugia. 250 damage on a single prizer for a glass trumpet and a manual attachment and to a glass trumpet. And like, it's a lot, but it still could be a thing. Right? It's just, I'm stressing myself to get a top 10 when we all know the top 10 does not matter. Also, this is my favorite art from the set. This is, they're using Kyurem, by the way. So they'll probably hit Boof, Joltik, like the last person did, or probably hit Latinas. Yeah, this is my favorite art from the set. Oh, they hit, oh God, they hit Bouffalant, Joltik, Latias. But yeah, just the derpy Kyogre art is my favorite art in the set. It is just it's so derpy. You know, they always do Kyogre dirty. All right, so we'll put you in the active. The reason they remove fairy types is because they also remove dragon types. So dragon types and fairy types were removed from the TCG at the same time. All right, and then let's go. Actually, I might want to use Munkidori Dory with Crispin here. I was going to say, like, do I use Petrel to bump the stadium? And I think, honestly, the correct call is Crispin for darkness, energy, and lightning. I put the darkness on the monkey. Thank you, PTCGL. And then I heal the Bouffalon a little bit so they can't knock out the Bouffalon. But doesn't it make more sense to save the Latias from getting knocked out? Wouldn't that make more sense to save the Latias? And then if they focus on the Bouffalon, I have another one. I don't have a safety net with the Latias. So I guess I go for their Kangaskhan. All right, seems terrible. All right, there's Backtrack Badge, which we don't need in this matchup, which is very fun. Hey, name a card you don't really need in this matchup. Hey, let's go Backtrack Badge. All right. Yeah, we got to save the Latinas. You want to play Kyogre with Misty? Well, it does have a 4 retreat cost, but it's just not enough damage. Like, there's a Wailord that has a better attack that's, I think, 50 plus. It's 10 plus 50 for each water. So Wailord is just a much better candidate. And thank you, Mr. Mountain Dew, for more money. But it's just, you know, maybe you could put a copy in there, but I think just Wailord EX with Wailord is better, because then you're guaranteed to start a Wailmer. You have Heavy Baton, it has 240 hit points on the baby Wailord. And then, so I think Kyogre is just too much work. Just play Wailord, right? Right, like you have, it's weak. It's not going to survive a Dragapult hit. Baby Wailord survives a Dragapult hit. So it's just like, yeah, it's in the top 50% of cards in 30th Celebration, but that doesn't mean it's playable. And just, again, this is what I'm dealing with. You should all make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm putting myself through all this for you. And like the Ditto, you know, the Ditto is not a top 10 card. I'm sorry to say. Let's see if I can find it first. Where did the Ditto go? Did I not? Of course I put it in here. Did I not put it in here? And like Mousehold, do I put Mousehold in the top 10? Because I do think it's the return of Mill. I just don't know if like that's cope or not. I just don't actually know if that's right. I don't know if it's cope or if it's real. Like, is Mousehold actually going to be a Mill deck? Because you have to have a bunch of Mousehold in play at a time. And that's never a guarantee. All right, they're using Seek Inspiration again, so they'll knock out the Bouffalon. They'll take the bait, which I knew they were going to do. So it gets completely, and they went for the monkey. Fantastic. So the Latias survived, but at what cost? So like, is this a top 10 card? I don't know. The Ditto definitely isn't. Because the Ditto, it requires Backtrack Badge. It requires, you know, 2 energy turmoils, so you have to play Crispin, but then you can turn it into whatever you want. So like, yes, I can build a deck around this. Sure. I can build a deck around this card. Again, does that mean it's good? I don't think so. Mousehold, Bastiodon. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do. You know, Crushing Hammer, Bastiodon, stuff like that. And let's go Team Rocket's Factory. Yeah, so it's like finding the top 10 is very difficult. All right, well, let's see. I mean, all they need is Slowking, Annihilate. You know, Ditto turning into anything. So Crispin plus Backtrack Badge, and you can turn it into literally anything in your deck. So that is totally fine. But, you know, I have... That's not a bad... No, we already used that joke, Clam Burglar. We already used that one. And you're on YouTube now? Hey, don't you circumnavigate the rules here. So yeah, Mousehold. I'm just trying to write down ideas for Mousehold. So Bastiodon plus Neutralization Zone plus Crushing Hammer, because you... Wait, what is... Mousehold's not a coin flip, right? So you can play Handy Fan. But no, Mousehold is a coin flip. Yeah, no, I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, Mousehold's... It's flip a coin for each Mousehold. You could also play the... You time me out for 2 minutes? Well, hey, it's just double the viewers. So you have to play it with Backtrack Badge. Yeah, you need Patrat. So you'll play Fan Rotom, Backtrack Badge, plus Fan Rotom. You can't really play the Legendary Summit because it's, 4 cards when it does the same thing as Neutralization Zone. So this is definitely a deck. I just don't know if the card itself deserves to be in the top 10. So just when the video comes out, hopefully on Wednesday. So no stream tomorrow or Wednesday because I'm going to try and work on the video. So maybe stream on Thursday, Friday. Because then I'll try to, on Saturday, that's when I'll try to have the full set list review. And we tried Unfezant. We hit all our worst matchups because we were doing too well. I did too well with Darkrai, so we hit all our worst matchups and it never worked. And you can see the coin flip counter. The coin flips were not in my favor. Well, it's tough to say because remember, Wug Trio it could work on its own, right? You didn't need to have all these mouse holds, so you need to have a good turn 1 with mouse hold and a good turn 2, which is never a guarantee. So there's always that. It's like, am I actually going to have a chance? And there's the Annihilate, but it looks like they're buying themselves until next turn, right? So wait, so did they? Oh, they had it. They had it. Oh, you've made a terrible mistake. And I also have missed energy. So now they need even more. All right, so let's go. Please give me a bosses. Thank you. All right, so bosses, this guy, and Mr. Mountain Dew. Thank you for even more money. I appreciate all you do. I appreciate that thing you do. We do have Mousehold EX. That's the neat part. We already have one. Or did we had one? Is it still legal? I don't know. One has been printed at some point. Had. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it had rotated or not. But it's just like you need to have, let's just say you have 3 at a time. So realistically, you're milling 4 cards a turn. So it's essentially Great Tusk. Autocorrect got you. So like I have to assume with Mousehold, you're going to be milling 4 cards a turn. Is that enough? So that's the thing is milling 4 cards a turn enough when it's a stage 1 and you can also get like 2, you can get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. But I would have to say on average, you're going to get 4 cards. And that's probably being generous if I play it. Yeah, it doesn't even say mouse. Like that's the funny thing is for Pidove, it mentions Unfezant EX, but for Mousehold, it doesn't mention Mousehold EX when there is a Mousehold EX. But it's just there's so many they just didn't put enough work in this. Remember, 30 of the cards in the set are just Pikachu, right? There's this Azumarill. The other Azumarill is a million times better. That's not even close to being playable. Is it Cresselia? No, I think it's Ho-Oh. There's like a Ho-Oh or something. No, not the Reshiram, the Ho-Oh or something. That's Victini. Sorry, I have everything in like low. Okay, I'll find it in a second. Okay, I got to beat this person off. And then we just go for did I just top deck bosses? That's kind of goated. Did I just top deck bosses? That's kind of goated. And we got another bosses sitting and waiting. Yeah, if it included Tandemouse, it would be like guaranteed. And Tyler, wait, Tyler, you're gifting multiple subs. What are you doing, Tyler? 5 subs. You do know you could have just given me money directly on YouTube. You didn't have to gift subs. But thank you, Tyler. Putting Mr. Mountain Dew. I think you've already been outclassed by Tyler. And yeah, so we'll play Larry's to Dunsparce for Tyler. We're gonna call this Tyler's to Dunsparce. Tyler's to Dunsparce. Uh-oh, I can't spell. I mean, to be fair, the keys on my keyboard are kind of sticky. All right, so we're gonna play Tyler's. This because you know Mr. Mountain Dew, it clearly is way worse than Tyler. I mean Tyler is obviously better. Gifting 5 subs. Yeah, you can just give me money directly on YouTube. That is a feature I've had for a really long time. I've had a few viewers give me the money, and I appreciate it. Like I heart your comments, but I never know if I should give you like a hey, my feet are so wet, thank you, because I don't know if they're just like normal people. And Mr. Mountain Dew, we got a money fight. We got a money fight. But I never know because it's usually the last one was on the pre-release guide video. So I don't know, like was it just someone who was going to a pre-release and just randomly found my video? Because I toned down my pilotness, shall we say. I don't, you know, I keep some of my special sauce bottled up, as it were, for the pre-release guys, because I know more family, children, people are going to watch that, like not degenerates like the people who are here right now. And Mr. Mountain Dew, we got a money fight. And this is why I antagonized Mr. Mountain Dew, because I knew. And I like the background, but it's very distracting, right? It doesn't fit the aesthetic. The background is nice, but it does not fit the aesthetic of BDZGL whatsoever. And it's very distracting and makes reading cards harder. And, you know, it's not one continuous. It's split down the middle like a butt. So it's like, yeah, the background is nice. Doesn't fit PDZGL whatsoever. All right, so I have to remember, we're playing Larry's to Dunsparce. What does that entail, you ask? Well, you're about to find out. You're about to find out how weird this deck is. And yeah, we go for the Fan Rotom because we have to thin out the deck. I guess. Yeah, I guess I go for double that and one Kamala Harris. That goes there, that goes there. I will show you all what's happening later. And then do I save the Iris? I think I saved the Iris because I'm getting 3 cards out of the deck. Right? Like I don't want to Iris into the 3 cards that I need. I'm just going to go for Bayleaf, Meganium, Forest. Let them take the knockout and then win. Bombardier with the badge is fun. I will say I did get a little lazy. Right, I got a little lazy and I didn't do Bombardier or Tauros just because, you know, I knew I was going to not have enough time. Like, we're not even going to get to the Kecleon. I mean, maybe we'll have time for Kecleon, but probably not. What I don't understand is why they don't give us the choice on boards. No, it was an extra toe. It was an extra toe. I got an extra toe. Of course, they just have it like that. Let me guess. They have the Latias too? My eyes, the goggles, they do nothing. Yeah, this is a great start for them. All right, well, I can win this game pretty easily, and then there's that. All right, so I have Forest Vitality. We have the Meganium. I think I 100% Lilies here. Because what else am I going to do? And then if I get a Grass Energy, I attach it to... How the hell did I not get a Grass Energy off of that? What's all this then? What's happening here? Okay, so I have no energy. That's fantastic. Love that. Wish we could do this again. All right, so let's go. I honestly don't think I can use Traverse Time. You're probably wondering, but like, why wouldn't you use Traverse Time? Because I have to use Iris next turn, but I would have too big of a hand to use Iris because Iris is discard and drop to 6, so I can't actually do anything. So that's not chill. That's not chill. All right, so let me see if I missed any money on the YouTube side. Because I had to close YouTube after, you know, the game crashed. All right, can I even... How do I look at this? I've never gone this deep into my back end here. Is there like a live tab that I can look at? So apparently there's been 681 views on YouTube. How do I... Oh, I don't even know what's happening. I have touched so many butts in the wrong way right now. I'm clicking on details. It's not showing me the details that I want to know. Hey, I can upload a thumbnail? Can I add a category? I can't add a category. Can I add a category? Tag. Oh, I can add a category. So I can, okay, so I can be in the PDCGL category, which I probably should have been from the beginning. All right, so apparently if I stream, I can stream from, see, I'm learning so much. I didn't even know you could put a thumbnail on your YouTube. See, I'm just such a supple, young, innocent little baby boy. All right, let's go. Oh, okay, so Kamala has to be on, oh, I got Kamala absolutely mixed up here. So Kamala has to be on the bench to do it. Oh, okay, so I really screwed this up. I don't pay attention to me. I screwed this up. It's all right, okay? Everything's fine. Trust your pilot just made an oopsie in his pants. It happens all the time. I'm learning things. You know, I'm like a baby who gets handed something brand new for the first time. We're learning, okay? How the hell did I only get 1 energy? I have 11 energy in the deck. All right, so yeah, I'll leave myself a note to, you know, put a YouTube thumbnail. But then again, maybe it's better to not have a thumbnail, because then people are going to be like, oh, he's playing Pokemon cards. And I'm only going to be streaming, you know, 4 or 5 times on YouTube. But I'll look at the analytics. You know, I'm really, you know, like For the Win really likes analytics. So, you know, I'll take a cue from him and take a look and see, like, is it worth it? You know, should I go out? Ah, there you go. Should I go out and buy a new computer just to stream regularly on YouTube and just get something that can handle such a big load? And that's what we got to find out. What are the win-loss rate? We don't care about that stuff here. We don't care about win-loss ratio. Ooh, they're going to keep the Dunsparce alive. That's interesting. What do you mean win-loss? Heads and tails. Geez, that's what we care about here. All right, so yes, I read Larry's Kamala wrong. It's Kamala has to be on the bench, and then it accelerates to the Dunsparce in the active. That's what it is. Well, no, it's so when you're dual streaming, with the dual streaming that I'm using, it uses your computer. So instead of using your internet, it uses your computer. But when you dual stream, that also sucks off your internet a little bit. Exactly. We only care about getting ahead in these parts. So it just creates a really weird scenario, right? Where I have to balance things and it's not, and oh, they would click, but it's also like, I don't stream on YouTube normally. So people are gonna be like, wait, Pilot's streaming? What is this? What's happening? Why are my feet so wet at just the thought? All right, so let's go there. Let's energy recycler and energy back in. I think I have to Lilies here because I don't want to get 2 cards. I want more. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Actually, no, this is insane. I got everything. And Mr. Mountain Dew, you've been masterfully baited, by the way, if you didn't know. You've been masterfully baited. Just give me some energy, bro. That's fine. I really wish I had this energy on the Kamala on my active. I really wish we had that energy. You know that energy on the Kamala? Really wish it was on the Dunsparce. All right, I have to do math here. So it's 80 times. I'm flipping 6 coins. So I need 4, right? I need 4 out of 6. Suck my butt. All right, well, we got to do it again. We got to do it again. It's got to be 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6, we take the knockout. 4 out of... No, the 4 out of 6 heads. 4 out of 6 the other way. The other way, PDCGL. The other way. You know what? We're sticking with this list, okay? We're sticking with the list. The stream will not end until I take a knockout with Larry's the Dunsparce, okay? The stream will not end until I take a knockout with Larry's the Dunsparce. And then it'll end immediately after that. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine because I don't have a playable hand, and we're gonna lose. Remember that last hand where I had another supporter? Yeah, that was fun. All right, so they've definitely won. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And for those of you who weren't here earlier, I will delete this from the main channel tomorrow. So you can still watch the VOD on the main channel, but then I'll delete it and I'll put it on the VODs channel with the deck list that I used. So that's where it'll be. If you're looking in the live tab, I will not be putting past live streams in the live tab. I will just keep them on the VODs channel. So they will always be on the VODs channel if I upload them. And Mr. Mountain Dew, hey, take what people are going to give you. Hey, there's a Lillie's. All right, so I can potentially win here because they, for some reason, didn't put all 6 damage counters on the Dunsparce. I just need 2 energy. All right, this is fine. So I probably can't win the game because, I mean, look at the board position and everything. But there's a chance. There's the slightest chances that they don't know how to read. Well, hey, some people said these were fun. I'm not one of those people, but I'm not even going to over-attach. I'm just going to go for 2, and I just need to flip 2 heads. So all we got to do is flip 2 heads, flip 2 heads. Oh, yeah, okay, you sure. Thank you. Now you work properly. Now you give me the right ratio. Do kids still say that? You know, they gave me, you've been ratioed. I got ratioed by PDCGL. So yeah, just if anybody has any input, you can go on the Discord and you can say like, hey, I think this should be in the top 10 of 30th celebration. But it's just so bad. Like there's the Ho-Oh. I'm going to find the freaking Ho-Oh. There it is. So Sacred Breath. Discard all energy from this guy. Heal all damage from one of your bench dudes. Okay? I think that's 2 fires, probably the attack cost. Ninetales for a single fire moves all damage from your bench Pokemon. Now it's LARP. It's LARP now. I hate your generation. And Mr. Mountain Dew, you were expecting to ban them from the channel by giving them sub, and then they were nice. That can't happen. The top 10 used to be the first 10 cards in the set. But yeah, like this Ho-Oh, it's just a worse Ninetales. No one's going to play this over the Ninetales. So what's the point? Oh, do you want to know the worst part about 30th Celebration? Not the fact that this Ninetales is horrible. Look at what number Ninetales is. Do you see what number Ninetales is? Do you see why the Pokemon Company is the worst company ever? Can you see why the Pokemon Company is the worst company ever? Ninetales is number 10. They could have cut 1 card from the set, made Ninetales number 9 in the set. Just remove a card. Just remove 1 card from the set. Remove the Cherubi, remove the Cherum. Okay, there's a Tropius. They put this in the set. They said, oh, we got to put this in the set, so we can't cut this card. They literally said we can't cut this card. We absolutely have to have the Tropius in the set. And, you know, that can't make Ninetales number 9, right? They had to do it. Their feet were tied. They just said, oh man, we gotta do it. We gotta have that Tropius with the rally back in the set. You know, that the rally back attack that's never been changed, that has been the same for 100 years. Rick and Morty, 100 years, 4 and 4. I'll take it. But they literally had one. They could have done the coolest thing. Had Ninetales be. I lost track. I think that's right. They could have had it be number 9 in the set. I'm gonna get knocked out. They're gonna take the knockout with the Dreepy, by the way. Yeah. Well, no, because it's the way the set is ordered. Is they had to get cut a grass type. So it's like, and they included this Vivillon. Right? This Vivillon, there is no Spupa. They have game, by the way. They have game with the Dreepy attack. I don't think they realize that. This Vivillon is... I gave him a what face? flip a coin, find a Pokemon. It's Mamoswine's ability. And Marcellus, if you saw the tweet, you would know. There's 8 grass-type Pokemon in 30th Celebration. This Vivillon is one of them. There's no Spupa, no Scatterbug. Like, the Executor's fine. The Executor, at least they tried. Like, what is this card? We just got a Vivillon that pairs with the Decky Dewey. What is this? What are we doing? Right? Like, what are we doing with this Vivillon? You know, they had one job. They also evolved. But yeah, just like this is what we're dealing with on the competitive side. You know, we got is there another card that I missed out? And we'll play one more with the Dunsparce and then we'll call it a day. Because I did take a knockout with it. I fulfilled my Santa Claus. And I'm just trying to find, because there was a few cards that hadn't been showing off. Oh, okay, never mind. You want me to rant? They were facing Kazuma Okamoto. Shouldn't I be playing baseball right now? So you see this Toxtricity. What if it's after the word foot? And Spencer, I know, I hate when they say Vivillon. So it is French for butterfly, which is papillon. So it's a vivid butterfly, Vivillon. So there's a Toxtricity in the set. Doesn't take a genius to know this is the worst card ever made. What if they gave us another Toxtricity that's equally useless? So remember, when you look at the set list for 30th Celebration, and I didn't ignore your message. I'm not ignoring your messages, Mr. Mountain Dew. I'm just trying to see, because you seem to, every time I ignore you, you seem to give me money, which I appreciate. But there's 2 Toxtricity in 30th Celebration, but no Nidoqueen. There's a Nidoran female, Nidorina, because if you're wondering why is Nidorina in the set, Nidorina is number 30 on the Pokedex. So they're just like, oh, and it does 30 damage and it heals 30. It heals 30. So it's like, hey, it's number 30 on the Pokedex. We ought to include it. They didn't include Nidoqueen, but they put 2 Toxtricity. Again, what are you doing? And hey, I can hide the chat. I can make the chat disappear. But part of the fun is seeing your message appear on screen, right? Well, Trevman, I think every single box legendary and like the Kanto birds is in there. I haven't double checked, so I'm sure someone will say, actually, Shadow Lugia is not in 30th Celebration, so not every box legendary is in 30th. Like, I haven't checked, but I just think, based on what I've seen, every single box legendary is in 30th Celebration. Plus the Cantonian birds. But then, you know, 2 Toxtricity for no reason. And 30 Pikachu. And there's 12 EXs. If you're wondering, there are 12 EXs in the set, not 30, which, you know, would have made sense. And here's the really controversial one. Do I include this in the top 10? So what you have to remember is that Mew EX kills Lucario. But this Lucario is playable, right? You Aura Jab to a Riolu, then you have a choice. Do I want the Mega Lucario? Do I want this Lucario? The problem is that I talked about is that it only does 60 to the bench. If it was just 70, if it was 70. All right, so I'm going to go for, hey, I prized the Celebi. That was what I was going for. I was going for the Celebi. That was a mistake. All right, so we need Meganium and a Dunsparce because we already have the Bayleaf. Yep. So, like, should I include this in the top 10? Yeah, I know. I know what kind of, what do they call it? Findom? Is that what they do? That's the kind of relationship that we have? All right, so there's that, and that. So we go you, and you. I will, I guess, retreat into the Fan Rotom, because who cares about Fan Rotom? And then I retreat. Let's go attach to you, and then end turn. Oh, you're damn straight. So it's like, do I honestly include this in the top 10? But the thing is, I am predicting the end of Lucario because of Mew EX being everywhere. So if I'm saying Lucario is going to die, why would I put a baby Lucario that is, kind of good because it one-shots Meowth and can pretty easily one-shot Fezandipity? Why would I include that in the list? But like it is a good card. Grand Tree. Oh, if I just put, I didn't want to play with my ball. I didn't want to waste the Ultra Ball to go get a Chikorita. But if I'd done that, I would have had the Grand Tree. So this is actually fine because I just won't bump it and maybe they won't bump it. So it's just, that's where I am, is I can't figure out the top 10. I've got the 2 Pikachu in number 4. I've got Espeon in number 5. Yeah, it's borderline playable. But it's just I need to have a guiding light. Japan was always my guiding light. It was so easy to just look at Japanese results and be like, hey, empirically, these are the top 10 cards. For 30th Celebration, I actually have to think. Right? Do you understand how much that hurts? I literally have to think. Yeah, Zeus understands my pain. I have to think. You got to feel bad for me. But this is a good card. It's a good card, playable, but Mew EX ruins everything. So, just again, please, when the video goes live on, Wednesday night, please comment, Pilot. I'm so happy you went through all this for us, that you used your brain. But this is the first set in history in 30 years that is releasing simultaneously worldwide. I will make a joke about releasing simultaneously with For the Win or something, but I do feel like I beat off For the Win a lot. But it's just, I've lost this game, by the way. All right, so I have to take a knockout every single turn. Yeah, there's 12 EXs, 4 are good, 4 are mid, 4 are bad. All right. Oh, we got the Chikorita. Oh, no. Okay, this is fine. So that'll go there. I can Grand Tree into the other Larry's the Dunsparce. And I think I'm making Mewtwo EX the worst one, which is kind of funny. All right, so I need some things. I need like 2 energy. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, so we got the Fez. That's actually fine. I got the energy. We got the Fez. So the question is, do I Fez first or do I Unfair Stamp first? I think I have to Fez first because I have the Bayleaf and the Meganium. Right? And then if I get the... Okay, well, that also works, but not really. All right, so I don't want to attach all this energy, but I have to. Because what if I don't get it? All right, so Kamala Harris gets all that stuff. Unfair Stamp. Because I can use Grand Tree next turn if I don't get what I need. And then we got it. I don't know why. Oh, because I don't have Backtrack Badge. I was like, why am I doing all this? Because I don't have Backtrack Badge. We have to hit 3 heads. We just need 3 and 5. That's all we need. 3 and 5. And we went 6 and 2. I don't need to go 6 and 2. Save some of these for the Mega Venusaur, okay? Save some of this stuff for the Mega Venusaur. Also, the Dunsparce is going to get knocked out every turn. Because we both have Meganium in play, they just have to sneeze and my Dunsparce is knocked out. So if I want any chance of winning, I'm going to have to get another Dunsparce set up. But I should be able to take this knockout. They probably also play Forest of Vitality. It's just maybe Grand Tree is, fine. All right, so I'm still okay. I just need to get a couple energy. So if I get 2 energy, I should be okay. 3 would be perfect. And you want to run a train? Yeah, if you want to run a train, go to Twitch. Alolan Exeggutor, just an Oreo? No, I believe that it's a lie. I believe Ditto and Alolan Exeggutor are both cope, and they are not real. Because, think of it this way. Dragapult plays Jamming Tower. So if you're hoping that, I'll just play Heroescape, give this 500 hit points, and clap everyone's cheeks. They play Jamming Tower, now it's 2-shot. But the biggest thing that's going to hold it back is they're just going to target your Meganium, right? You're probably thinking, oh, it's going to be really good because blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, they're just going to target your Meganium. And then what are you supposed to do? Right? That's the main problem here is they target Meganium. Then what? Oh, I don't know what the correct order of operations is here. Well, then they'll just boss the second one, right? Because you're only doing 150 damage, right? So they'll just boss Meganium, boss Meganium, boss Meganium, while you're just sitting there doing 150 damage, and they have Munkidori, right? So it is just complete cope. I don't know what the correct order of operations is here. I'm gonna go bug catching set first. I probably shouldn't have done that, but the game was gonna start yelling at me. All right, so let's go Lilies. If I get Energy Recycler, that'd be great. That is fine. So I'm in a position where I can make it happen. We got back shots back. All right, this is not the situation I wanted to be in. I need 3 heads, so we have to go 75%. We did just go 75% when we went 6 and 2. Sucked my butt, sucked my butt, sucked my butt. Oh God. Okay, we gotta go 3 and 1. We have to go 3 and 1. Please. Please, PTCGL. No! See, we go 6 and 2 when we didn't need to, and then we go 2 and 2. See, this is why Backtrack Badge it's fun if you want to have a mental breakdown. You know, I think if you're ever going to use Backtrack Badge in a deck, just put it in Kangaskhan. You know, Kangaskhan is a good known commodity. And hey, yeah, I mean, we are 50%-ish. And that's an interesting decision. They actually just made a huge mistake. Yeah, they actually just made a huge mistake, and they realized it a little bit too late. Oh, they out-thunked themselves there. They absolutely out-thunked themselves. And they're like, oh, I'll go for the Meganium, then what's Pilot gonna do? All right, so if I can just find an energy, I win the game. So we have 5 outs. I have 5 outs to winning this game. And to make it spicy, I'm going to go for Morty's. Because I have 5 outs. We got it. All right, so I win the game now, as long as I can find Energy Recycler. And I really wish I was attacking with somebody else, but I'm not. All right, so we just need 1 heads. We need 1 heads out of the next 8 flips. We got it. Okay, we needed 1, we got 1. And just for fun, I will reflip, okay? Just for all of you, I will reflip in case we go 0 for 4. We went 1 and 3. We went 1 for 3 back to back. And YouTube audience, if anyone wants to post that, so those are the 3 codes that are currently active for TCG Live. So it's Pitch Black 26, Endless Night 26, and Level Up 26. If you have yet to redeem those codes in PTCGL, do it now. It gets a bunch of free stuff. And then if you log in, you get cosmetics and a bunch of other free stuff. No, I don't have commands on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. I barely know how to stream, okay? If my butt cheeks weren't glued onto me, I would forget them. So just there it is. Pitch Black 26, Endless Night 26, Level Up 26. Copy and paste, easy peasy. So yeah, they would have won the game if they just knocked out the Dunsparce. Because I guess they were worried about me going after the Venusaur, but I had 4 prizes left. All right, well, I'm going to win this game because they got scared. What are they, a Paul Walker movie from 2006? They were running scared? Oh, if you think that's a boomer joke, I make an Avril Lavigne joke in one of my videos coming up. Yeah, if you think I'm joking when I say I'm a boomer, I'm going to make an Avril Lavigne joke. They probably should have attacked with Mega Venusaur in that, like, 100 times out of 100. You should attack with the Pokemon with more hit points. Typically, that's a good strategy. All right, so if I can just find my Energy Recycler, I win. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated, PTCGL? All right, so let's get that. Let's play with my balls. Get rid of that and that. Because I'm just trying to thin my deck out as much as I can. So yes, obviously the Kamala would have been better for more potential damage, but I need to thin out my deck and just hope for the best. So in this situation, I guess it's just Lilies, hope I get Energy Recycler, and then Fez. Crap. Well, we got the Backtrack Badge, so we're at least going to have a chance to win the game. Fun fact, to all you kids who grew up in the 90s, Yellow Card and Avril Lavigne made a song. Yellow Card and Avril Lavigne made a song either this year or last year. Okay, we just need to flip 3 heads. We need 50%. We literally need 50%. That's it, just 50%, and I win the game. Perfect ending to the stream. The YouTube audience will go home happy. I think I have to, right? I think I have to. I think we have to do it. We gotta let Arceus take the wheel here. Never. Oh! See, we finished with more heads, and that was the thing. Oh, it's 45 and 44. That was the prediction on Twitch too. And more people voted for Tails. I do play Fan Rotom, but we had to do it. 20 coin flips 1, baby. 20 coin flips 1. That's how we do it. All right. So as I've been saying, my stream schedule before 30th celebration, which is what, 35 days away, is just vibes. You know, I'll stream whenever. Nothing is set in stone. The schedule is just whatever. But then when 30th celebration is out, it'll be, you know, 4 streams, 5 streams a week, back to the normal schedule. But thank you everyone for watching on YouTube. Maybe I'll get a better computer and stream on YouTube more often, but the next few streams will be on YouTube. The next stream should be Delphox and Slowbro, the Mega versions. And then I'll do like a Zeraora, maybe Vikavolt, Lurantis or something. So there you go. And thank you, YouTube audience. And Twitch audience, we're going to raid, I'm guessing Sunny's online. I'm guessing that Buttface is online. So yeah, I will raid Sunny, and then I will see you. I'll try to stream, I think on Friday, Thursday or Friday, because usually after I upload a video, I need a couple days to make the video again. So if the top 10 video goes up on Wednesday night, there's a very good chance that I'll be streaming on Thursday. But if it doesn't, then, you know, we'll see. So try to enjoy Sunny's stream. Tell him that he should show feet.